introduced any?
No, no.
Okay.
LA Galaxy is presented by Herbalife, nutrition for a better life. SNHU. See yourself succeed at snhu.edu. StubHub. Next time you need seats for a Galaxy game, download the StubHub app. Start at StubHub and let the fun find you. And Toyota. Let's go places.
Now the boys from Southern California head up north of the border as your LA Galaxy pay a visit to the Vancouver Whitecaps in Major League Soccer here on LAGalaxy.com. Happy to have you along. A big one in the Western Conference. Christian Miles alongside Ralph Perez. Well, the international break is over here, Ralph. LA Galaxy trying to pick up where they left off after that 3-1 victory over San Jose. How do you see this one unfolding today?
Well, it's going to be interesting, because you always, when you have a break, how's your team going to come back? And obviously, the Galaxy want to stay on track. They felt pretty good about the result they got. Now they're trying to go forward and trying to put the pieces to puzzle. Vancouver, for me, in the last season, had the Galaxy's number. They were the one team that, of all the teams the Galaxy played, seemed to really just be able to stifle them defensively, do a great job in shutting them down.
Well, indeed, that's what you expect out of a team coached by Carl Robertson. They came in here and won 1-0 last June after a 2-0 victory up at BC Place. BC Place is the venue, artificial turf here, but we look at this LA Galaxy team. They're without 4 big starters tonight: Robbie Keane, Steven Gerrard, Dan Kennedy, and Gio Dos Santos. So we're going to see some young guns get a chance to run out.
Well, I think that's very important that, as we said earlier, that the team is always going to be tested for injuries. You didn't expect that much this soon. So tonight will be a real test for these young players, and I think they're ready for it. I think always those young guys are anxious for this.
All right, so Bruce Arena going with the young team, and we'll take a look at the starting lineups. It's going to be Ashley Cole starting at left back. In goal tonight, Brian Rowe continues to deputize for injured number 1 Dan Kennedy. On the right-hand side of defense, we'll see Robbie Rogers. Interesting pairing as we've seen all season long here with Jelle Van Dam alongside Daniel Steres, who've really proven to be a pretty good partnership back there.
Yeah, I think so, and I think that Steres had a good year last year with the Galaxy too, and made the decision as far as getting his chance to go in there and win a job, and he's going to do very well there. I think this year, got himself a goal the other night in his debut. It's a learning curve for center backs, and he's going to have his good moments and his bad ones, but for sure he'll be all right.
Well, 2 first starts in Major League Soccer tonight. Emmanuel Boateng, the 24-year-old, will get a chance to start on the right-hand side of midfield. Bazio Hisidic will get his first start for Steven Gerrard of the season after Gerrard is out with injury. And, of course, Ariel Lassiter, a player we've seen light it up for Los Dos, and now getting a chance to run out for his first ever Major League Soccer start.
Well, I think one of the things is that Lassiter in his opening night for the Los Dos, had 2 goals and was really, really on fire that night and did a very, very good job. I'm anxious to see him now play in the big stage, Major League Soccer. So it's going to be a big challenge for him tonight.
Well, Mike McGee, of course, of those 2 goals trying to build, and of course those starting lineups brought to you by City National Bank, the official bank of the LA Galaxy. All right, we're just getting started here. It's a big one tonight at BC Place. The LA Galaxy looking for their first away victory on their travels. We're back with more right here on LAGalaxy.com.
On Sunday, April 10th at StubHub Center, the 5-time MLS Cup champion LA Galaxy take on reigning champs, the Portland Timbers. We are the LA Galaxy, a team of international superstars and homegrown talent. This is our city, This is our house. This
You wanna hit this
is
one, though?
LA.
Ralph?
Purchase your tickets today. Visit
Sorry?
You wanna
LAGalaxy.com
hit this
/tickets
segment?
or call 877-FREE-GALAXY.
I think that, when
Hey
you're
fans,
just
next
looking at
time
the
you want to
lineup
grab
tonight,
Galaxy seats, get the StubHub app. The StubHub app puts your teams, your favorite artists, and your hood in one place. And now you can find the best seat for your buck when you sort by best value. We take the price and location of seats and show you which give you the best deal. Our experts have done all the work for you. So get the StubHub app and find the best value on seats today. StubHub is a proud sponsor of the LA Galaxy.
If you've ever had a full count with bases loaded in the bottom of the ninth, or if you've ever zoned in on the top corner of the net, then you might know the thrill of playing at San Manuel Indian Bingo and Casino. Because only one casino is all about the thrill. San Manuel Indian Bingo and Casino. All thrill. Please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Over the course of a single game, LA Galaxy players will spend 90 minutes fighting for the ball, going on goal, sprinting, sliding, jogging backwards, running almost 7 miles, while maintaining an average heart rate of 160 beats per minute. And they'll perform at this world-class level 31 times a year, powered by Herbalife Nutrition, the official nutrition company of the LA Galaxy. To power up like a pro, contact your Herbalife independent distributor or visit Herbalife.com today.
What you doing, Dad?
Just adding to my Shasta Can Pyramid, son. A monument to the awesomest moments of my life. Here's the Tiki Punch from Summer Vacation 92. Oh, and the can of black cherry from the day you were born.
Can I help?
Sure, kiddo. No.
Oh, boy.
And these are the Shastas as the day we started rebuilding my Shasta Pyramid. Shasta, family trusted since 1889.
And there when you celebrate life's moments.
It has to be Shasta.
Calling all explorers, the Galaxy's proud sponsor, Alaska Airlines, offers the most non-stop flights to Latin America from Southern California, including new flights from LAX to Costa Rica, as well as convenient flights to Los Cabos and Puerto Vallarta from John Wayne, Orange County. For Alaska's lowest fares, visit alaskaair.com.
A crowd of over 27,000 expected tonight at BC Place in British Columbia. Happy to have you along here for LA Galaxy Soccer on LAGalaxy.com. Christian Miles alongside Ralph Perez. You know, Ralph, we talked about the international break briefly, but let's take a look at this 2 weeks off. How does that have an effect tonight?
One of the things that you really look at, Kristen, is that when you have a break this early in the year, sometimes that's not the best. You're training, you're playing, you're getting games, and then all of a sudden, boom, you go from a long break there. Now, for obviously, there's artists, the people that are playing internationally. Yeah, it's good, and it's good for you as a team that you're not playing meaningful matches while you have lost your international players. But it is kind of good, I think, in a way, though, that I think Bruce and the staff have had some time now to see what they look like early in their first 3 matches. Now, they had some chance to work on it. But then all of a sudden, boom, you got hit with some serious injuries and key players that are completely out, that are really your star players, your designated players.
Yeah, in fact, all 3 designated players unable to go tonight. Robbie Keane having that knee surgery on Thursday, expected to be out 4 to 6 weeks. Steven Gerrard injured against San Jose in the 3rd minute. He's out with a calf strain. And, of course, Gio Dos Santos continuing to nurse that left leg injury. Gianni Zardes, though, really had a great at least second game for the United States, playing a part in 2 of the big goals against Guatemala. What kind of a role do you see him playing tonight?
Well, it was interesting as we were sitting here and up on our screen watching the pregame things that are going on. It was interesting to see that the role. I mean, obviously with each year his role has grown with the Galaxy and his productivity has grown. But now with the new contract and signing him, keeping him with the Galaxy, many rumors circulated after the end of last year. Where would he be back? But I think clearly they're going to need him. They're going to need him to have a year where I think he's a 12 to 15 goal productive guy. And I think last year, I think he learned a little bit that's very difficult. Being an international, traveling and still being a club player, that takes your wear and tear on you.
Well, they're hoping his international form will carry over here to the club level. It's been a great start here for Giannis Zardes, the 24-year-old, already scoring twice in that last outing a couple of weeks ago in that big victory against San Jose. A lot of speculation here on the Vancouver Whitecaps. Which Whitecap team is going to turn up? The team that lost their first two against Toronto and Sporting Kansas City, or the team that really put Seattle on lockdown in Seattle in that big Cascadia clash and that 1-0 win last Sunday during the international break against Houston? It looks like they've retooled their defense just a bit.
Well, I think the one thing that Vancouver, for me, last season looked like a team that was going to be something to be reckoned with in the playoffs. And I think the challenge, obviously coming for the manager this year, is that he's got to really start well, and they haven't. So I think this is a concern. It's a huge game when you play at home, and I'm sure that you're going to see them at their best tonight.
Well, it's a big one tonight. The LA Galaxy in the third position in the West. They take on the Vancouver Whitecaps, currently finding themselves in the fourth position, and a lot could be played out in terms of placement at the end of the evening. We're going to step aside, but there's more LA Galaxy soccer coming up right here on LAGalaxy.com.
On Sunday, April 10th at StubHub Center, the 5-time MLS Cup champion LA Galaxy take on reigning champs, the Portland Timbers. We are the LA Galaxy, a team of international superstars and homegrown talent. This is our city. This is our house. This is LA. Purchase your tickets today. Visit LAGalaxy.com/tickets or call 877-FREE-GALAXY.
If you've ever had a full count with bases loaded in the bottom of the ninth, or if you've ever zoned in on the top corner of the net, then you might know the thrill of playing at San Manuel Indian Bingo and Casino. Because only one casino is all about the thrill. San Manuel Indian Bingo and Casino. All thrill. Please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Over the course of a single game, LA Galaxy players will spend 90 minutes fighting for the ball, going on goal, sprinting, sliding, jogging backwards, running almost 7 miles, while maintaining an average heart rate of 160 beats per minute. And they'll perform at this world-class level 31 times a year, powered by Herbalife Nutrition, the official nutrition company of the LA Galaxy. To power up like a pro, contact your Herbalife independent distributor or visit Herbalife.com today.
They say you have to dedicate thousands of hours to something to master it. That requires determination, guidance, and support. As the official education partner of the LA Galaxy, Southern New Hampshire University is helping players and staff achieve their goals with flexible online education. Enroll at SNHU, and you'll have the same unwavering support so you can earn your online degree and master your field. Visit snhu.edu/LAGalaxy.
When the Galaxy win, you win at Papa John's. The day after every Galaxy victory, you get 50% off regular menu price online orders using promo code GALAXY online at papajohns.com. That's right, 50% off your entire online order of regular menu price items the day after the Galaxy win. Enter promo code GALAXY at papajohns.com. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's, official partner of the LA Galaxy.
Have you considered a long cut, Gary?
What's a long cut? Radio guy?
That's not my name, Gary. Don't be rude. A long cut can be anything. First, you go to a 76 station for gas, then you go anywhere else. Like that paintball place.
Don't those things hurt?
Come on, Gary. A long cut can also be a stop at that barbecue shack.
It's like 8:15 in the morning.
A long cut is taking some time to explore anything the road has to offer. Fuel your long cut with top-tier gas from 76. 76. We're on the driver's side.
Well, kickoff getting closer and closer, and the international break getting closer to becoming a thing of the past here for the LA Galaxy, trying to improve on a record of 2 wins and 1 defeat, the 2 victories, sandwiching a loss at Colorado, and the LA Galaxy trying to improve on a road record that wasn't that really impressive last year, a team that only won twice on their travels in the regular season. We looked right now here at this international fixture list, and in the goalkeeping area, we've talked about Dan Kennedy, one of those 4 starters unable to go. Brian Rowe, how is he going to play out tonight, and what's your estimation of the job that he's done thus far?
Well, I think, first of all, going always back to last year and in the previous, Brian has shown to be a very capable keeper for Major League Soccer. I don't think for the Galaxy back line or the coaching staff or the team itself do not have confidence in him. I think the things that you want him to continue to grow, and hey, this is the best way to grow, getting minutes and starting meaningful games. So I think that, so far he's done very well. When I look at the situation, a late goal in the Colorado game that was a bad clearance, and then a heck of a volley by Papa. The goal that he conceded against the team here and against DC United, I don't fault him at all. So I think he's doing well. I think the big thing is that he is really in a tough situation, meaning that now he's got a different back line. He's got different people, central defenders. So he everyone's trying to grow together here and understand each other tactically, how they want to interpret and play.
Well, we'll see. His wits could be tested off those dead balls. All of Vancouver's 6 goals this season have come from dead ball situations, and that could make life a little difficult, but Rowe should be up for it. It's the LA Galaxy taking on the Vancouver Whitecaps. Time for us to step aside one last time. However, keep it right here on LAGalaxy.com. Coming up here in just a few short minutes, kickoff from BC Place, LA and Vancouver. Next.
LA Galaxy is presented by Herbalife. Nutrition for a better life. SNHU. See yourself succeed at snhu.edu. StubHub. Next time you need seats for a Galaxy game, download the StubHub app. Start at StubHub and let the fun find you. And Toyota. Let's go places. On Sunday, April 10th at StubHub Center, the 5-time MLS Cup champion LA Galaxy take on reigning champs, the Portland Timbers. We are the LA Galaxy. A team of international superstars and homegrown talent. This is our city. This is our house. This is LA. Purchase your tickets today. Visit LAGalaxy.com/tickets or call 877-FREE-GALAXY.
What you doing, Dad?
Just adding to my Shasta Can Pyramid, son. A monument to the awesomest moments of my life. Here's the Tiki Punch from Summer Vacation 92. Oh, and the can of black cherry from the day you were born.
Can I help?
Sure, kiddo. No!
Oh, boy.
And these are the Shastas as the day we started rebuilding my Shasta Pyramid. Shasta, family trusted since 1889.
And there when you celebrate less moments.
It has to be Shasta.
Have you considered a long cut, Gary?
What's a long cut, radio guy?
That's not my name, Gary. Don't be rude. A long cut can be anything. First, you go to a 76 station for gas, then you go anywhere else. Like that paintball place.
Don't those things hurt?
Come on, Gary. A long cut can also be a stop at that barbecue shack.
It's like 8:15 in the morning.
A long cut is taking some time to explore anything the road has to offer. Fuel your long cut with top-tier gas from 76. 76, we're on the driver's side.
They say you have to dedicate thousands of hours to something to master it. That requires determination, guidance, and support. As the official education partner of the LA Galaxy, Southern New Hampshire University is helping players and staff achieve their goals with flexible online education. Enroll at SNHU, and you'll have the same unwavering support so you can earn your online degree and master your field. Visit snhu.edu/LAGalaxy.
Now, during the One for Everyone sales event, get huge factory cashback deals on a brand new Toyota. Get $1,000 cash back on a 2016 Corolla, $1,500 cash back on a 2016 Camry or Camry Hybrid, or get $1,750 cash back on a 2016 Avalon or Avalon Hybrid. So see your Toyota dealer today. These deals are going fast. Vehicles must be purchased from new car dealer stock by midnight 4/4/16.
Now, when you buy or lease any new Toyota, you get Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Toyota Care covers normal factory scheduled service for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first. There's even lockout protection and 24-hour roadside assistance. See your Toyota dealer for details and exclusions. Valid only in the continental U.S. and Alaska. We make it easy on you. Toyota, let's go places.
LA Galaxy is presented by Toyota. Let's go places.
Well, the wait is finally over. 2 weeks ago, the LA Galaxy taking care of the San Jose Earthquakes by a score of 3-1 here at the StubHub Center. But now they hit the road for the second time this season with a makeshift lineup. And its first MLS starts tonight for Ariel Lassiter as well as the Ghanaian Emmanuel Boateng. You know, Ralph, you and I were talking about it just moments ago with all those big injuries now. It's a chance for these young guns. But how do you see that forward partnership working out tonight for the Galaxy?
Well, I think it's going to be interesting. I mean, because, you know, Ariel has made the jump up, and he's going to play there. Sebastian's usually been playing wide, so now he's playing up top. I could see McGee shifting in there at times and a little trade out and interchangement. But it'll be interesting because I think that matchup and the six there are going to be meaning the two strikers for each team, the four midfielders. That battle, which team is going to impose their will on each other, and I think that's going to be the challenge for the Galaxy, to have some sort of offensive cohesiveness tonight with all these changes in the lineup and this group being put together as a starting unit.
It's third v fourth in the Western Conference going head-to-head. Let's talk Vancouver Whitecaps right now, coming off back-to-back wins away to Seattle and at home to Houston. Last Sunday, they'll go with David Osted, the giant Danish goalkeeper. Jordan Harvey will take his spot at left fullback, with Parker coming back from USA Under-23 duty alongside Kendall Watson, also back from international duty, and Fraser Aird taking up his spot on the right-hand side of that four-man back line. Two in the middle with Matias Laba and Morales. Three just in front with Teixeira, Mesquita, and Kekuta Mane, who's got a lot of pace. And the lone striker today will be Octavio Rivero. And it'll be interesting to see how Rivero will forge that partnership today with Mane and seeing Mesquita just behind him.
Well, I think, you know, one of the things that, you know, coaches have the challenge of is that, one, you're moving your lineup forward. It's new game, new season. You're early in the season, but then, you know, everyone thinks, okay, you're going to have a lot of time to maybe this break, international break, you're going to put your team together and get a little more training. But the break turns out to be that, you know, you lose players, you know. They're away, so now you got to, when they come back, how much can you really push them? They've traveled, they've played 2 international matches in a short period of time. A lot of travel there, one leg home, one leg away. So it'll be interesting, but I think that clearly for me, the Galaxy, I think the one thing, if they're going to be really a team that's going to maybe win the Western the title here, they got to get better on the road. The last couple of years, their road worries have gotten to a point where it's really unbelievable. I mean, last year, being a good team, which they were, to only win twice on the road, that was pretty shocking.
Yeah, 12 points from 17 games. They'll look for better here in their first points on their travels in what could be a very hostile atmosphere. The LA Galaxy, of course, kicking things off for us tonight as club play resumes in Major League Soccer. Happy to have you along here for LA Galaxy Soccer on LAGalaxy.com. Christian Miles alongside Ralph Perez. LA, of course, in the white. Kicking from right to left in Vancouver. Buoyant right now, trying to make it 3 straight wins at the expense of some Western Conference rivals. A team that's turned the corner after a disastrous start against Toronto and losing away to Sporting Kansas City. They get 4 players back from international duty. Kendall Watson and Christian Bolaños, who begins on the bench, along with Perez and Tim Parker, back from international duty with the USA Under-23s. But it's the Galaxy probing and asking the questions as this one drops for Mike McGee, who has some good support here on the near side. You know, it looks to be a pretty slick surface, an artificial surface. The first time that LA has encountered this on their travels this year. How does that play into things tonight, Ralph?
Well, I think that the issue always, and these players are pros and they've all played on it, it's just, you know, you adapt, you adjust because of the way when you're kicking the ball and the ball movement on that artificial surface. But I think it just becomes a situation where you adjust. I think sometimes some players don't mind it, some players do mind it. But overall, I think the Galaxy are going to be fine tonight as far as dealing with that. And more importantly now is just trying to get themselves going as the start of this game has begun, where they're doing a good job of keeping the ball.
Well, coming into today, the LA Galaxy 7 goals, second best in MLS right now, to the Houston Dynamo, who have been pouring the goals in. And trying to continue that rich vein that saw them score 3 times, shut out at Colorado, and that was after scoring 4 in the season opener against DC United. Nice dispossession here at the center of the park, and the Galaxy looking to build behind Leggett. A player with all kinds of tricks and flicks and showing out that vast technical pedigree as he's fouled shouldered out of play. And Bruce Arena, he's been there and done that, but he acquired 10 new players this year, said, hey, his depth's going to be tested now in his 8th season. He didn't anticipate that depth being tested so early on in the campaign.
No, you never do. You never know when injuries come. You never know when things happen. The only thing you do know is when your international call-ups are and that potentiality. But I think clearly for Bruce, being the veteran man that he is and experienced, he knows his roster. He knows what he has.
So McGee standing over the free kick. It's a great delivery right into the teeth of that defense, and the whistle had gone. Referee Jair Marufo spotting something he didn't quite like and having a quick chat with Nigel de Jong. Good-looking ball in, though, from Mike McGee, who continues to get off to a scintillating start this year for the Galaxy.
Well, that's a great acquisition to bring back Michael McGee there. I think it gives us just what they need right now, an experienced player that can both play high and wide in midfield.
Comes out wide on the right-hand side. Vancouver just trying to get a foothold in this one early after a nice start from LA just 3 minutes in. Broken up and it nearly dropped for Ari Lassiter, the man they call the goal puppy. USL's top goal scorer last year with 15. His pace could really unhinge the heart of that Vancouver defense, specifically Parker and Watson. Left-hand side now, Vancouver looking to build. This is Matias Laba, the Argentinian. Plays it out wide now, and that one just slipping past Robbie Rogers. Referee waves play on as it drifts out to the near side for Fraser Aird, who's come forward from right back, and unfortunately, that one not all that great in the end for Vancouver.
Well, there's a good example of what I'm talking about. Trying to whip a ball in from across on an artificial turf. Planting your non-kicking foot and getting around on it. You really got to gauge that well because the ball just moves so much differently and faster, and that's the adjustment that the Galaxy have to deal with. Obviously, Vancouver plays on it all the time.
14th meeting between these two. LA have had the better of it in the brief history. 8 wins to Vancouver's 3 and 2 draws. LA taking care of the Whitecaps back in 2012 in the playoffs. In the first 12 meetings resulting in 9 wins for LA, but Vancouver coming off back-to-back triumphs and put on the back foot right here and finally clear it away. Headed over from Laba. There's Pedro Morales, who's on the back of 4 consecutive penalty kicks. He scored all last 4 from the penalty spot, the first time that's ever happened in Major League Soccer, but it's the Galaxy looking for first blood now. Leggett drifts over, supported by the Dutchman de Jong. Ashley Cole joining in on the attack as well. Galaxy very much starting on the front foot here, already with 9 behind it, and that one just overshot a bit, and an easy grab for Osted. Osted making 5 big saves last weekend against Houston and recording his first clean sheet of the campaign. Knotted down for McGee, just trying to help it forward as he had Leggett in a more advanced position. We're already seeing that interchange right now between McGee and Leggett.
Yeah, I think that's the challenge that the Galaxy I think could do and put a little pressure on them is having that flexibility of players moving about and being free to play.
Now the LA Galaxy attack is everything if not mobile tonight. The speedy Lassiter, the son, of course, of the MLS legend Roy. A goal record that still stands after so many years ago. But this is Nigel de Jong and the LA Galaxy looking for their first away win of the season. And McGee just trying to play it early, and Lassiter trying to time his run, and that direct ball over the top could give Vancouver fits all night long.
Yeah, I think it'll give him fits from a deeper line position, but in those, it's got to be really a better ball.
Shrugged off now, and here comes Mesquita. Mobile in his own right. Rivero sizes one up, and a good hold, point blank range. And a nice save that time from LA's Brian Rowe. A little bit of a defensive breakdown right there, however.
Well, I think a little bit too much room. It was a ball that was played and cleared away, but he comes at the defense and really gets himself off to a nice shot and gets all of it.
And Rivero scored in that win for Vancouver and BC Place last year, 2-0. He and Kekuta Mane playing a big part in LA's demise on that April day. Here's DeYoung. Just the kind of start you want after a 2-week layoff. Chipped up and over the top, trying to locate the likes of the youngster making his first MLS start, Emmanuel Boateng. He's got speed to burn, but LA just can't see it come off that time. It'll come out for an Osted goal kick. A little disjointed, but positive signs early on.
Well, I think what's the most positive thing is that the Galaxy have had more of the ball right now and have held it and moved it. I think that little one there, even though he was looking for a ball to play through, it was way too far. Just like the ball McGee hit a little while ago over the top of the defense. Too far, went to the keeper.
Well, Vancouver losing their home opener against Toronto before rebounding at the expense of the Houston Dynamo on Sunday. Home form has been spotty for the Western Conference rivals. Looking to build on the right-hand side right now, and it comes out nicely for the number 8, Fraser Aird, an attack-minded fullback. Great-looking ball, and Rivero was just ghosting in front of Daniel Steres. A little overcooked on the cross, however.
No, but it was a good ball. It was whipped. It had a nice bend to it, and it was probably about a foot lower. That had potential to maybe be a goal if you could get that on the sticks. But it was a good ball, and there's I think a great example of how Vancouver's interpretation of their attack wants to be. Whipping in crosses from the flank, not necessarily having to go to the byline, hitting in early crosses.
Rivero still looking for his first goal of the season. A couple of nervous moments here for LA, but no harm done. As Rose sends this one away, DeYoung gets a head in now. And Boateng beaten to it, but LA able to win it back. Husidic now playing in that Gerard role in the center of the park. A bit of a risky proposition there as it's broken up, intended for Ashley Cole and thumped away.
I think, one of the things that I'd like to see them do a little bit right now after 10 minutes of play, trying to play some balls to the wide midfielders at feet. It seems like they're hitting long balls over the top, and I think that portion of the game needs to change for the Galaxy if they want to get some success here offensively in this half.
They don't have that traditional target striker in the starting lineup. Of course, that moniker will go to Alan Gordon, who begins on the bench once again this evening. Could be a viable option a little bit later as Bruce Arena may change things up, but up high and over, Usted comes out all the way to the edge of his penalty area. Plenty to think about for the Vancouver keeper early on here. Broken up nicely by the Englishman. Ashley Cole is starting to acquit himself very well in Major League Soccer. Coming into the season here, Ralph, it was nearly a year between competitive games since he last took the pitch for Roma, as he did here in the first game for the LA Galaxy against DC United.
Well, I think Ashley Cole, is that's his big adjustment. Is he's really got a guy that really needs to just get his rhythm back, get week-to-week games and training, and I think he'll be fine. It's just a matter of getting adjusted to this league and the team, and seems to be doing okay.
Well, that one pushed away by Rowe, and it's Parker, freshly returned for that disappointing playoff against Colombia, in which the United States failed to qualify for the Olympics in Brazil this summer. Parker very impressive, though, perhaps the best defender for Andy Herzog. LA and Mike McGee appealing for the handball here, and Jair Marufo is going to have a word.
Yeah, going back to that comment, Christian, that was more than a disappointment. I thought that was a tragedy that the U.S. now has not been at an Olympics on the men's side since 2000. And what's really shocking to me is that the last 3 Olympic qualifiers, those qualifying games are all in the United States.
The best seats in the house at the best price. 2016 season tickets are on sale now for as low as $19.50 per match. Become part of the family today at LAGalaxy.com. And a dead ball presenting itself right now for Mike McGee. LA have proven to be potent, and they've got some targets. Van Dam all the way forward. They take it short now forward. Leggett, who's got some space, pulls it across. Great ball in front. And LA with a bit of trickery on that dead ball as Van Dam's ball finds side netting.
No, it was an interesting play. It looked like it was going to be pumped into the back side, and it was played to legit immediately to Mike McGee's left side, and legit hits it low to the far post, but the big lad Van Dam couldn't get it back onto the goal there. He just ran out of space, and the goalkeeper was actually diving into the goal. So I mean, if he gets that on goal or up above, it would have been a goal.
I don't think he was quite ready for it. Steris had a real good look at it. Great chance falls by the wayside for LA, but they're starting to create those chances, and that is indeed a positive sign as they look to, of course, go to 9 points and possibly move level with Sporting Kansas City and FC Dallas by the end of the day. A lot of time between now and then as it drops for Nicolas Mesquita, one of those 3 Uruguayans, just trying to thread the needle forward now for Teixeira. LA, a little bit out of sorts, but a good foot in that time from Ashley Cole. Near side now for Fraser Aird, who's had a habit of camping out in the LA Galaxy half. It's worked out nicely for the Canadians. He whips one across. Rivero's waiting. And finally cleared out by Boateng, but they don't clear it far enough. Morales lifts his head up and goes to the far post. And Steris, an unorthodox clearance, a bit shaky back there. And Vancouver is starting to ask the questions.
Well, it's a good ball again, and what we were just talking about. You know, a ball that's driven, it's well hit, and I'll tell you right now, Steris was very fortunate. When you hit balls back towards your own goal, and he hits it like that, that was dangerous.
So first quarter of the evening here for the Caps. On that far side, beware the outswinger, and Waston is trying to get ahead on that, and it's finally cleared away by Husidic. Just trying to tighten things up in the back, LA. Find that synchronization, which is always tough after a 2-week break. Waston leaves it wide. An angled ball in and a routine catch for Brian Rowe, making his 3rd consecutive start after coming on early in that opener against DC United for Dan Kennedy. And Carl Robinson, the experienced Welshman, at the helm once again. He's built a really interesting team, not exactly in the traditional mold you would expect from a hard-tackling Welshman. He's got some technical flair out there as well.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that right now that you see, I think almost every time when the Galaxy players play the ball or is being challenged, there's a little bit of a physicality going on. Guys are getting hit late after the ball. Marufo's going to have his hands full here to make sure that he looks for that.
McGee trying to play it forward. Ashley Cole scampers on, flag stays down, and a ball that posed some problems. In the end, covered up by Osted, who's been a pretty busy goalkeeper here early on. LA squeezing it now as it drops Leggett. And that one just wide. A little discombobulated back there for the home team, and LA only too happy to oblige and trying to take advantage.
Well, it's a good one there by Robbie Rogers, stepping in, poking the ball away, goes right to Leggett. Leggett gets it, runs that goal, and shoots from about 28 out, and just pushes it wide of the post. I don't think even if he put it on goal with that power, I think Ostet would have saved it.
Now Leggett looking for his first goal this season after hitting the net 7 times last year in 2015 during the regular campaign. Aird trying to push forward, broken up nicely by Ashley Cole, who locates Lassiter, who likes to float out into those wide positions. Those of you that have had a chance to see Los Dos or LA Galaxy 2 in action know about the mobility of Ari Lassiter, the man they call the goal puppy. He's been lighting it up and now trying to see that success translate from USL to Major League Soccer.
Well, I think there was a ball that was over the top, and that's going to be a booking there for Steris. Got caught, and on the turn, had to grab him, pull him down, and get booked, which is nothing you really want as a center back to pick up a yellow card 17 minutes into the match. And now you got to play a little bit different from a standpoint of not wanting to get that second booking, for sure. But I think one of the things that is clear to me that he has to learn is that things that work at the USL level do not work at the MLS level. So a player like Lassiter and Steres, these guys, yeah, they're ready to move up, but now how quick is their learning curve to adapt and adjust to the next level?
Meanwhile, Pedro Morales is down. That's a real interesting point you bring up, Ralph. It's so hard to take that jump. What specifically is the hardest part of making that jump? Is it the speed of play? Is it the physicality?
I think both. I think clearly, as you just saw a little while ago, Lassiter tried to make a guy and it didn't come off. I think secondly as well, the strength and power. I mean, Ariel's got speed, but he's going to have to get a little stronger upper body. And on Steres' case there is now being really outsmarted, meaning that a player steps and he thinks you're going to come tight, then he spins off and then the ball goes over the top. Now you've committed going forward, he's spinning off and you've overcommitted, and now you wind up having to grab and commit a foul, which was a tactical foul. It was 50 meters from goal, so it's okay, but now you've picked up a yellow card, and that changes the game a little bit for you.
Yeah, it could be tough sledding here for the final 70 minutes or so for Danny Steres, who had a great chance a moment ago on that dead ball situation. This is not good news right now for the Vancouver Whitecaps. It appears that Morales is not going to be able to go, and he's going to have to come off early on. So a forced substitution here for Carl Robinson, and this may present a tactical switch. We'll see what's in store for the Caps. Dealt a big blow, so they'll call upon Andrew Jacobson, the kid from Palo Alto. He used to play his college soccer across the bay for the Golden Bears of Cal. And Jacobson, very comfortable in that central role, being in midfield or defense. First things first, however, on his free kick, and roll comes out. It appears that he might have been interfered with, and that was the case. Jair Marufo right on top of things.
Well, it's interesting there, and really with Morales having to come off that early, that quick in the game, obviously that's not good for them. You have to make these changes, but this is what happens. But I think, again, there's Rowe coming out for a ball. He thought he had it, and the collision, he got the benefit on that call. And there's the difference sometimes. Do you catch, do you box? And obviously it was foul, so the referee called it rightfully so.
We'll see what kind of adjustment we'll see from the Vancouver Whitecaps, having to tweak things just a bit. Morales, that's a huge blow for them. He scored 4 of their 6 goals, all 4 of those goals from the spot, but a streaking Lassiter coming dangerously close to Osted once again. Vancouver experiencing the pace of the youngster Ari Lassiter, actually born in Costa Rica. Here's De Jong. That one up and over the top, and out comes Osted.
Well, that was interesting. I ran into his dad, Roy, a week before, and he was saying, man, we were talking about his son, and I said, he's just got to stay patient. He's just got to, keep training hard, keep doing when he gets sent down to Los Dos to play, do what he can, and all of a sudden he goes from that conversation tonight starting. So it came a lot quicker than I anticipated. I'm sure Ariel as well as Roy.
Just a reminder, looking to spend a night out with the family, Galaxy Family 4-packs. Get your 4 tickets, hot dogs, drinks, and scarves for just $128. Purchase yours today at LAGalaxy.com. Ashley Cole just encroaching here on Mesquita, and it will be an LA throw. Interesting partnership back there for LA. Steres and Van Dam. It's been utilized to good effect, but Van Dam, a real adventurous type of center half we've seen get involved in the attack.
Well, it's a like they say, a work in progress, meaning that, okay, Omar Gonzalez is gone, and you always had Omar and AJ as a pair, or you had Leonardo. Those 3 were very familiar with each other over a 3 to 4 or 5 year period. Now all of a sudden you have 2 guys that, one guy wasn't even in the country, the other guy was playing for Los Dos. And now they're paired up to be a twosome in the back line.
Yeah, Van Dam, of course, trying to learn the intricacies and rhythms of Major League Soccer after a long, distinguished career in Belgium and elsewhere in Europe. Maggio Husidic can't quite get to that one. Appeals for the foul as Jair Marufo awards the free kick for the Galaxy. Husidic with his first start of the season. He's come on in heroic roles as a sub. Leggett. Some good-looking stuff from him as he's shouldered out of play by Christian Teixeira.
Well, I think that that was like the third foul that after the ball's been played, a foul has occurred. So Marufo is looking for that, and the Galaxy are doing a good job of trying to keep the ball on that half, their offensive half.
DeYoung for Cole. Trying to work those triangles out. It's a good double team. And Vancouver putting themselves a little bit of hot water there, but Fraser Aird able to relieve the pressure for the time being. Wave after wave coming in now. Nice turn from Mike McGee, who's playing some great soccer here with LA. Leggett now going to work on that left-hand side where he's so dangerous cutting in. Aird trying to draw his defensive skills to the front. Here's Husidic. And calmly, DeYoung will reassess things. So great to have that veteran presence in Nigel DeYoung. The steal to the silk of Husidic. A little bit of afters there between Jelle Van Dam and Nicolas Mesquita.
Well, that was silly on my part by Van Dam. I mean, he was like being a football player, being an American. The guy's running back, and he just kind of obstructs him. And because of his size and his strength, he's not playing the ball. And he clearly, shoulders him and he goes down. So now it's a foul and it's a booking. So now the Galaxy's both center backs have gotten yellow cards in the first 24 minutes.
Yeah, it's not good. Jelle Van Dam with his third booking of the season already. So both center backs, as you said, in disciplinary hot water early on. It could make life a little precarious as we progress only midway through the first half. Happy to have you along tonight on LAGalaxy.com. Christian Miles alongside Ralph Perez. No goals between Vancouver and LA. LA's fourth match, Vancouver's fifth, as that one curls out. And good judgment, that time by Rowe, who takes charge of his penalty area.
Yeah, that ball had too much height on it. That was an easy one for Brian to just come off his line and collect. Not the best of ball there.
Cole now forward for Lassiter, who's flared out into that wide roll on the left-hand side. DeYoung picks out Boateng, who's drifted to the center area now, and space opens up on that right-hand side. Joining the attack is Robbie Rogers from that right back position. Switches that one over the head of Lassiter. McGee pulls it back. And once again, Vancouver able to scramble it clear, and the counterattack is on. A high challenge that time from Mesquita. And back into the gloves of Osted.
Well, again, the Galaxy, doing a nice job of getting it wide, trying to whip a cross in, trying to get something on goal, but, nothing yet that's really challenged the Vancouver keeper, but they're doing a good job of making them struggle to get out of the back with possession.
And some high pressure here from Husidic trying to hurry Osted. This is Ashley Cole. And Van Dam, a distance from Daniel Steris. And starting partnership once again. It's the same back four we saw for the Galaxy that took the field against San Jose. Just trying to find that solidity, and that really only comes after playing with each other. Familiarity is indeed a defender's best friend. Hoofed away by Robbie Rogers. And Vancouver just trying to relieve the pressure here as the waves continue to come forward from LA.
Well, Boateng's got to get himself a little more involved. He really hasn't seen much of the ball on that side, on the right side. So he's a player that I'm sure Bruce wants to see touch the ball a little bit and get forward.
And Parker taking the safe route, putting that one out of play. Parker with a busy international break, heading down to Barranquilla. That 1-1 draw for the U.S. a couple of weeks ago, only to follow it up. A disappointing loss on Tuesday. And that saw Colombia go through to the Olympics in Rio coming up this summer in August. Clever 1-2 on that right-hand side. Rogers' ball, and it was Lassiter just waiting for it, but a timely intervention by that Vancouver defense. Push forward by Mesquita. Nice interception by Jelle Van Dam, who's not too shy about coming forward, the big Belgian. This is Rogers now, trying to pick out Boateng to no avail. There's a real crunching challenge here. We may see Another yellow card. This time it was Matthias Laba who brought down Mike McGee. And furious protest from Nigel de Jong, the LA Galaxy captain.
Well, I think again, this is what I was saying, and it's a red card. It's after the the ball's been played, and this one, you're going to have to watch the replay if we can get it. I think the red card occurs because of the way he showed the bottom of his foot on McGee, but I didn't think it was going to be red. I thought it'd be clearly yellow. Here's our replay now.
And comes in high. Studs are showing. Right you are. A real meaty challenge. And was it a bit harsh? Who knows? Regardless, though, this is going to change the complexion as Vancouver are now down to 10 men. Midway through the first half, it's straight red from Jair Marufo.
One of the things that you when you leave your feet and you go in showing the bottom of your boot, that's clearly a card. But I thought it was one of those where he mistouched the ball. So when he mistouched it, he tried to go get his own and left his feet. But I'm to be honest, that's 2 games now. The Galaxy have gotten, I think, a little help where the red cards coming early at the end of the San Jose in that first half. The Galaxy got a break there. I thought that one, I know that in talking with Dominic Kinnear afterwards, he didn't think it was red. I'm sure if you talk to Carl Robinson, he's probably saying the same. But no matter what, it is what it is, and now it's a matter of taking advantage of that extra man.
And in that case here, Ralph, that's up to the referee's discretion. Nigel de Jong having some words with Jair Marufo. It wasn't 2 studs. If it is 2 studs, there's no debate whatsoever about it. No discretion involved. Flat out red card. Regardless, though, now Carl Robinson, who had to make a change a moment ago, bringing in Jacobson for the injured Morales, he might have to retweak things for a second time here just before the half-hour mark as McGee continues to limp gingerly, favoring that right ankle. Absorbed most of the contact. Meanwhile, back to the matter at hand here, and Olstead and company facing a slightly precarious position, and it's Jelle Van Dam standing over this free kick. The Belgian drives one high. And that one was always rising.
Yeah, I think now, you look at your team and you say, okay, I think they went straight for straight with the injury when Morales positionally. Now can you tweak your lineup to put yourself in 2 banks of 4, 4 in the back, 4 in midfield, and just keep one striker high. And that's obviously the most simplistic way to put your formation, a 4-4-1. And now the key is for me is as on the other side of it, what does Bruce Arena do? Where does he now tweak it, to push people? And I would think the guy that I'd like to see just get forward more and more now and give him the green light is Ashley Cole.
This one pushed back for Parker. So Carl Robinson left to mull things over right now. And Bruce Arena, he's been in this situation. We saw it, as you mentioned, 2 weeks ago against San Jose when Dawkins was sent off just before halftime. LA with an extra man throughout the entire second half. And we'll have an hour here to capitalize on the numerical advantage. This one pushed out to de Jong now, who locates McGee, who's come back on. And a handball against the former Chicago Fireman. Just a reminder, Giovanni Dos Santos, Steven Gerrard, Robbie Keane, Giassi Zardes, and your 5-time MLS Cup champions, LA Galaxy, welcome the 2015 MLS Cup champions, Portland Timbers, to StubHub Center. Sunday, April 10th, coming up at 6:30 p.m. It's a match presented by Chick-fil-A. Tickets on sale right now at lagalaxy.com. One back by de Jong. One might think it might not affect the tactical setup here for Vancouver. They've absorbed a lot of the possession and attacking pressure from LA. They'll have to do so with a man less, and that makes a difficult task all that more difficult. LA now buoyed here and perhaps will gather confidence with that numerical advantage. This is Jelle Van Dam going the route one route for Ari Lassiter. Leggett just trying to pry an opening here as that one cleverly over the top, read nicely by the big Dane Olstead, however.
Well, here's where now you've got to be a little more patient because you should be. And for example, Van Dam's ball wasn't the best of ball where you're putting a long ball straight into the box. I think, now getting the balls to people like Leggett, getting it at their feet, this is what you want. And also using the width of the field, I think, would be advantageous for the Galaxy now.
Here's the substitute, Andrew Jacobson, playing it to the near side now for Christian Teixeira. Slips around McGee. And that cross nicely cut out by Nigel de Jong as Leggett drops into that role in midfield, trying to find the supply line for Lassiter wide on that right-hand side. You see that mobility now. It's Husidic joining in. LA outnumbered here as they've got the support from Boateng. It just didn't quite come off. The passing not too crisp on the approach.
Yeah, that one Lassiter made a mistake. He played the ball behind him and the player was running forward. And loss of possession, very simple. Poorly on the Galaxy part.
And here's Fraser Aird showing some adventure from that right back position. Real interesting matchup between Aird and Ashley Cole. Two fullbacks known for their attacking prowess. Both like to get forward, as does Robbie Rogers on the right-hand side for LA. Slips a past one. He's done ever so well. And here come the Galaxy. Tried to draw first blood here on the 34th. This one lifted over the head of Aird. McGee stays onside now. He's got some targets. And nicely defended by the Vancouver right fullback. McGee. That angle ball in, the flick on. And it was Leggett who made himself available. It was difficult for Ulstead, but better signs here from the LA Galaxy.
No, it was a lovely ball played in the box, and Leggett does a good job. McGee puts it right on his head, flicks it on, goes to the back post. Nice save by Ulstead, but it wasn't enough power, so he can get to that one. But clearly, this is what the Galaxy, I feel, need to do, that type of play.
Not exactly Leggett's forte, but it was clever, that's for sure. 10-man Vancouver on the approach. And little turn that time for Mesquita, and a scurrying Rowe coming just to the edge of his 6-yard box, extinguishing that threat. Rowe, a very capable number 2, making 7 appearances last year for Jaime Pinedo as well as Donovan Ricketts. This is Husidic. Leggett just tucking inside now as de Jong will marshal the midfield. And right away we see it now, 2 banks of 4. It's going to be difficult for LA to break down. They'll look to bunker in Vancouver, and they've won it back thanks to Jacobson. Rivero with a nice touch as they look to build. And Teixeira, the big ass now. Rivero gets ahead to it. It's Rivero, and out comes Rowe to the rescue once again. And Rivero has really been troublesome for that LA back 4.
Well, I think specifically for Steres. I mean, Steres has got to be in a better position there to deal with that ball and not let it get behind him. And again, he got a little baited there, I guess, in a way, and it was a good ball played in.
So Matias Lavas sent off on the 28th minute. Seba Leggett now for Ashley Cole. McGee. Amongst all these designated players, McGee playing some of the best soccer in the entire team thus far. It's going to be a long season, however, but with those star players out and unavailable today, no Dan Kennedy, no Gio Dos Santos, Steven Gerrard, as well as Robbie Keane. Players like McGee, it's their time to step up, as it is for this young man. Emmanuel Boateng making his first start, trying to make some inroads down that right-hand side, and that's well defended by Jordan Harvey. Free kick for the hosts.
Yeah, and that's a silly foul by Boateng. I mean, why commit it? I mean, the player now has to turn, has to spin out, do something. Now you just throw him down. It's an easy one for Marufo to just call the foul, and Vancouver does a good job. Overall, I think that's the key. I mean, the Galaxy staying patient, being a little more probing in their passing and their selection of passes to force Vancouver to chase and try to work harder to recover and win the ball.
Claimed on that far side by Kekutamane, who's really cut a silent figure so far. Hasn't had much say in this one as de Jong sprays it left for Cole.
Yeah, that's a guy that you worry about in the beginning of the game. he really hasn't seen much of the ball in this first half.
27,000 plus expected in British Columbia as DeYoung angles one in, and it was Boateng trying to get on the end of it. Every inch of his 5'6" frame, couldn't control it. Looked as though the flag had gone up against the Galaxy winger. Sure, some nervous moments for this young man making his first start in Major League Soccer.
Well, you've got a few guys out there, that are getting their, I guess you could call it their baptism to the game and starting role. And then even like Baggio Hasidic, who's, started a lot of games for the Galaxy. He's back in the starting lineup. So it's a whole different group.
That a little misguided in the end. Frustration perhaps starting to build. Vancouver at a numeric disadvantage right now as that one pushed forward. Carl Robinson trying to make the adjustments on the fly. Really thrown into the fire here in Vancouver's 5th game, looking for their 3rd consecutive win. Here's Van Dam for LA. Lovely touch that time from Cole, and sweet feet from Mike McGee. Lassiter holds his run now. Husidic in support. Robbie Rogers joining the fray from that right end position. Pulls it across. And that one just behind as Teixeira is able to claim. And a chance now for Vancouver to counterattack. Rivero in a 1v1 against Jelle Van Dam. LA able to get back in transition. The angle ball through now as it's shouldered off. Slipping right past Ashley Cole. Mesquita thought about it and perhaps dwelling a little too long on it. Flag stays down now for Teixeira. Just on the edge of the box, trying to conjure up something special. He appeals for the handball, and Jair Marufo not at all interested in that one.
He just did well there, Van Dam. Just hold him up, stood him up, kept him there at bay. But again, the guy that's done well so far for me is the gentleman right now on the ball, Sebastian Lletget.
He was really taking charge of matters. Without the likes of Gerard and Keane to lead the team, especially going forward. Waston. Really the heart of that defense back there for Vancouver. Team that conceded 5 goals in their first 2. Conceded just 1 in their last 2. Lletget plays it. Flag stays down. Husidic, though, can't get to it. The ingenuity is there right there for LA, Ralph, but the execution perhaps just a little bit lacking. And the question is, was this a handball? And that would have been rather harsh against Jelle Van Dam.
His arm was right by his side, and the ball played him. So I would think that one would be all right.
Big Jelle Van Dam, all 6'4" of him. What a colorful character he is in the dressing room. Good friends with Nigel DeYoung, and has been a vital acquisition for LA as they said goodbye to Omar Gonzalez during the offseason. Mane now, meanwhile, on that left-hand side for Vancouver, looking for a little joy right now. They'll drop it back for Mesquita. Teixeira just dispossessed by Baggio Husidic as Ashley Cole takes over. LA with an overwhelming share of possession here in the first half, but no goals to show for it. And just a reminder, the LA Galaxy Foundation has switched to a mobile platform for auctions. So now you can bid while at the game or from the comfort of your own home. To browse items and start bidding, text Galaxy to 52182. The auction will close 1 hour after the scheduled start of the game. They continue to fall like dominoes tonight for Vancouver. First Morales, and now we're seeing more problems here with that Vancouver defensive unit.
It couldn't be a more of a nightmare for Carl Robinson. I mean, first of all, you lose a player early for an injury in a sub. Then you lose a player because of a red card, and now you may have to go to your bench again for a second sub if he can't continue to play. And you're hoping that you don't have to because there's like 5 minutes left to halftime, and you can maybe muster it and get through it, and then you can regroup at halftime.
So Bruce Arena with plenty to ponder here as he begins to stew over his halftime team talk. What will he be saying to his charges chiefly at the top of the list, take advantage of that extra man. Vancouver do have the likes of Pamuduka, the talented central defender, along with Atakube and Christian Bolaños, who just returned a little bit late from international duty with Costa Rica on the bench, along with Marco Bustos and Blas Perez. He's been a thorn in defenders' sides for quite some time now in his first year with Vancouver.
They do have options on the bench.
Here's Lassiter, meanwhile, going to work, and Lassiter shown that left-hand side. Good defending by Aird. And Lassiter has a vast repertoire. And LA looks as though they've done just enough to earn the corner kick.
Well, there again, you know, the youngster, Earl Lassiter, you know, he's going at the defender, trying to, you know, make those movements to get by him or to get enough by him to get his shot on goal, but it didn't. And it looks like they're going to have to sub him. Looks like Bolaños is going to have to come in. So this is a turn of events here that just going to have to, you know, go to your bench because of 2 injuries in the first half.
And this is really a big blow, the second of which, the third of which you'd have to say in the first half. Bolaños, Costa Rican winger, first things first as they leave it short, and Cole will thump one out at play. That one a little disappointing in the end. Ashley Cole hitting that entirely too hard, but this will be interesting to see how Bolaños fits in. More comfortable on that right-hand side. We may see him switch flanks, but certainly without the pace of Mane, it's going to alter the complexion of Carl Robinson's attack, already short-handed.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's had a lot of issues and a lot of situations to deal with in this first 44 minutes, but, you know, clearly, for me, the Galaxy have not taken advantage of anything at this moment. And it's not as easy as it sounds when you have that man advantage to take advantage of. You have to really think about what you want to do and how you want to do it and how you can push your numbers forward inappropriately.
Well, that's what LA trying to do right now, is DeYoung trying to pick out Lassiter. Waston is there. Just gets a foot clear. Final minute plus added on time at BC Place, a beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia, a raucous crowd. Leggett trying to find a way through, but closed down by a duo of Whitecap defenders. Van Dam setting up camp in the Vancouver half, and it's going to come out here for a Vancouver throw.
Well, I think, you know, if you're Carl Robinson, you can't wait for the whistle to blow to kind of regroup your team and organize it. And then if you're Bruce, you know, you're thinking, okay, we got to, you know, regroup as well to figure this out, because I think, you know, when you really only have one guy high and you're sitting back there with your whole back line attack, you know, you got to be prudent in the numbers when you go forward, but you surely have to look at that and say, we should be able to get more guys going forward now because of the fact that we have a man advantage.
3 minutes will be added on for stoppage time. So goes life without Robbie Keane, expected to be out sometime between the neighborhood of 4 to 6 weeks after having knee surgery done on that right knee on Friday. Didn't participate in any of Ireland's international matches during the break, even though he did travel. Here's Leggett trying to set it up over the top. It's a big ask for Lassiter, but he slipped in between his markers, trying to work his way around Parker, and does. Will need some support here as McGee just overruns it. Vancouver able to get it back. Push forward, Rivero is taking advantage, and this will force Rowe all the way out, and it's Brian Rowe to the rescue, who was really shined on a day when his back four has left him hung out to dry on a few occasions.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you one thing. Rivero's done a very, very good job of being a thorn to the Galaxy backs tonight.
That movement has just unhinged the partnership between Steris and Van Dam. Here's McGee now, trying to sneak one in before halftime. Drops it back to Young. He's got a thunderous right foot, and he uncorks one. But that one well off the mark.
And those are the kind of shots that if you're Vancouver, you're okay with, you know, giving them long-distance shots. Again, what it looked like to me is on our booth here, they're showing the replay of Mana when he kind of went and felt probably something just twinge, a pull, And then that was it for him. He just knew that something wasn't right and pulled himself off.
It could be a positive for LA as Mane as a thorn in their side last year, scoring in each of those wins for Vancouver. Trying to push it forward down the left, and what a coup this would be for Vancouver. They could get one before the break. Final minute of stoppage time at BC Place. Here's Bolaños, the Costa Rican substitute, dispossessed by Baggio Husidic, but won back by the former Saprissa man. This is Teixeira, who's drifted centrally, and he's chopped down by Husidic. A free kick now for the Caps.
Well, one of the things that as this game progresses, what the Galaxy have to always think about, and we always do, is looking at the game now. Clearly, legit has been good, but right now the youngster Lassiter really hasn't been getting the ball where I would like to see him get the ball at feet and run at that back line with his dribbling skills and his pace.
It's an interesting approach that LA have taken tonight, trying to go up and over the top and have Lassiter play on the edge or last shoulder of those defenders. Hasn't quite worked out the way they envisioned, but plenty of time to rectify matters. First things first, however, they've got to tend to this free kick. The 3 minutes of allotted stoppage time is up. This may well be the last kick. It's Bolaños right off the head of Jelle Van Damme. Right place at the right time for the big Belgian. Here's Jacobson, and a wonder save from Brian Rowe, who's been absolutely magnificent.
That was a big-time shot from distance. I mean, you're talking 30 yards out. He got all of it, got through, and Rowe had to go a long way to parry that ball around the bar and save the Galaxy right there.
Second corner, Bolaños. Out comes Rowe. Not as sure-handed this time, but his defense relieves the pressure. Dying moments, Bolaños 1v1 against De Jong. Bolaños checks one back, and finally headed clear, and that's going to do it. A pulsating end to a first half. 2 substitute changes, 1 red card, but in the end, Ralph Perez, no goals.
No, clearly it was could have been one right there. I mean, a great save by Brian Rowe there to keep it 0-0. But I think that it'll be an interesting halftime for both clubs to get in there and go over your tactics, because clearly they've changed from what we're talking pregame to what it'll be at halftime.
So plenty to ponder here north of the border. It started out with high anticipation, and after 45 minutes, little blood, a little thunder, but halftime here at BC Place. The Vancouver Whitecaps 0, LA Galaxy 0.
LA Galaxy is presented by Toyota. Let's go places. StubHub. Next time you need seats for a Galaxy game, download the StubHub app. Start at StubHub and let the fun find you. On Sunday, April 10th at StubHub Center, the 5-time MLS Cup champion LA Galaxy take on reigning champs, the Portland Timbers. We are the LA Galaxy. A team of international superstars and homegrown talent. This is our city. This is our house. This is LA. Purchase your tickets today. Visit LAGalaxy.com/tickets or call 877-3GALAXY.
If you've ever had a full count with bases loaded in the bottom of the ninth, or if you've ever zoned in on the top corner of the net, then you might know the thrill of playing at San Manuel Indian Bingo and Casino. Because only one casino is all about the thrill. San Manuel Indian Bingo and Casino. All thrill. Please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Over the course of a single game, LA Galaxy players will spend 90 minutes fighting for the ball, going on goal, sprinting, sliding, jogging backwards, running almost 7 miles, while maintaining an average heart rate of 160 beats per minute. And they'll perform at this world-class level 31 times a year, powered by Herbalife Nutrition, the official nutrition company of the LA Galaxy. To power up like a pro, contact your Herbalife independent distributor or visit Herbalife.com today.
Calling all Galaxy fans, Alaska Airlines is pleased to provide discounted travel to select LA Galaxy away matches. Fly Alaska Airlines and save 10% off select flights from Burbank, Los Angeles, or Orange County. Cheer on the Galaxy as they travel to Portland, Seattle, and Salt Lake City. For all discount details, visit lagalaxy.com/flyalaska. When the Galaxy win, you win at Papa John's. The day after every Galaxy victory, you get 50% off regular menu price online orders using promo code GALAXY online at papajohns.com. That's right, 50% off your entire online order of regular menu price items the day after the Galaxy win. Enter promo code GALAXY at papajohns.com. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's, official partner of the LA Galaxy.
Have you considered a long cut, Gary?
What's a long cut, radio guy?
That's not my name, Gary. Don't be rude. A long cut can be anything. First, you go to a 76 station for gas, then you go anywhere else, like that paintball place.
Don't those things hurt?
Come on, Gary. A long cut can also be a stop at that barbecue shack.
It's like 8:15 in the morning.
A long cut is taking some time to explore anything the road has to offer. Fuel your long cut with top-tier gas from 76. 76, we're on the driver's side.
LA Galaxy is presented by Toyota. Let's go places. Shasta, the official soft drink of the LA Galaxy. It has to be Shasta.
And welcome back. The Halftime Report is brought to you by StubHub. Galaxy fans, did you know that StubHub app is personalized just for you? Get the StubHub app today. Start at StubHub and let the fun find you. StubHub, the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the LA Galaxy. Christian Miles alongside Ralph Perez. Happy to have you along. And LA had several opportunities and at a numerical advantage, but couldn't make it pay off here in the first 45 minutes. How did you see things here unfolding in the first half, Ralph?
I think overall, I think the Galaxy have done a pretty good job of getting the ball and building it and moving forward. I think the other situations, though, the game has changed dramatically. They took a red card in the 27th minute. So that obviously is going to have to, be something that the Galaxy should try to do something as they did against San Jose, trying to getting the situation going forward and getting some good opportunities to go forward and score goals. Secondly, I think you've had to use 2 substitutions if you're Vancouver, which is something no coach wants to do in a first half. So. That will be a big thing, and then the second half, it'd be interesting to see what now Bruce does with his lineup and what he decides tactically how he wants the team to maybe play a little bit differently.
Well, we'll see what's in store. Certainly room for improvement. Yellow Van Dam with a yellow card. Jacobson with that thunderous effort. How about the efforts, though, in goal tonight from Brian Rowe, making a strong case for taking the number 1 gloves?
Well, I think, one of the things that, Brian gets a chance, gets an opportunity, wasn't the starter, but, got that opportunity via injury. Kennedy went out and went forward to get the chance very early in the first half of the very first game of the season. And he's done well. He's done very well. And I think the save at halftime, just before halftime and injury time, was a magnificent save that he saves to keep the score 0-0.
Excellent stuff from Brian Rowe, showing good mobility and good command of his area as he continues to deputize for the injured Dan Kennedy in the LA Galaxy goal. The LA Galaxy, of course, hunting for their first shutout in MLS play this season, despite holding Santos Laguna goalless here in LA in the CONCACAF Champions League. They've got a lot of work ahead of them. You're watching the LA Galaxy right here on lagalaxy.com.
On Sunday, April 10th at StubHub Center, the 5-time MLS Cup champion LA Galaxy take on reigning champs, the Portland Timbers. We are the LA Galaxy, a team of international superstars and homegrown talent. This is our city. This is our house. This is LA. Purchase your tickets today. Visit lagalaxy.com/tickets or call 877-FREE-GALAXY.
What you doing, Dad?
Just adding to my Shasta Can Pyramid, son. A monument to the awesomest moments of my life. Here's the Tiki Punch from Summer Vacation 92. Oh, and the can of black cherry from the day you were born.
Can I help?
Sure, kiddo. No!
Oh, boy.
And these are the Shastas as the day we started rebuilding my Shasta Pyramid. Shasta, family trusted since 1889.
And there when you celebrate life's moments.
It has to be Shasta.
If you've ever had a full count with bases loaded in the bottom of the ninth, or if you've ever zoned in on the top corner of the net, then you might know the thrill of playing at San Manuel Indian Bingo and Casino. Because only one casino is all about the thrill. San Manuel Indian Bingo and Casino. All thrill. Please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey fans, next time you want to grab Galaxy seats, get the StubHub app. The StubHub app puts your teams, your favorite artists, and your hood in one place. And now you can find the best seat for your buck when you sort by best value. We take the price and location of seats and show you which give you the best deal. Our experts have done all the work for you. So get the StubHub app and find the best value on seats today. StubHub is a proud sponsor of the LA Galaxy.
Have you considered a long cut, Gary?
What's a long cut? Radio guy?
That's not my name, Gary. Don't be rude. A long cut can be anything. First, you go to a 76 station for gas, then you go anywhere else. Like that paintball place.
Don't those things hurt?
Come on, Gary. A long cut can also be a stop at that barbecue shack.
It's like 8:15 in the morning.
A long cut is taking some time to explore anything the road has to offer. Fuel your long cut with top-tier gas from 76. 76. We're on the driver's side.
They say you have to dedicate thousands of hours to something to master it. That requires determination, guidance, and support. As the official education partner of the LA Galaxy, Southern New Hampshire University is helping players and staff achieve their goals with flexible online education. Enroll at SNHU, and you'll have the same unwavering support so you can earn your online degree and master your field. Visit snhu.edu/LA Galaxy.
And we welcome you back to LA Galaxy Soccer. It's halftime at BC Place. Vancouver Whitecaps down to 10 men, but 0-0 between the Caps and the LA Galaxy. Christian Miles alongside Ralph Perez. Shasta, the official soft drink of the LA Galaxy, with over 30 great flavors like grapefruit zazz, apple, tiki punch, strawberry, and California Dreamin'. Shasta has a flavor for every fan. This soccer season, it has to be Shasta. And with that, we'll talk about our play of the first half. And really, we don't have to turn the clock back too far. Jacobson and an outstanding save from Brian Rowe.
Oh, yeah. Well, Jacobson came on as a sub and, really hit it well and forced Rowe into making a fantastic save. And that would have been critical because, a man down scoring would have been really huge for them, and I think that's the challenge that you get, is that, you would have had a 1-0 lead, but, he kept it 0-0 and kept things intact for the Galaxy.
Yeah, plenty of room for improvement for the LA Galaxy defense. It's been a little disheveled at times. Daniel Steres caught out of position. 2 yellow cards for that central defensive duo, Yella Van Dam and Daniel Steres. They're going to have to keep an eye on that coming up here in the second half. They have the numerical advantage here. If you're Bruce Arena, what are you saying to your Chargers at the break?
Well, I think the first thing that I would think he'd be saying is that, for me, looking at the midfield that he has right now out there, Boateng hasn't really done much. 1, 2, I think Mike McGee needs to see the ball more because I think he's a good sprayer of it. And finally, 3, I think you really got to decide, maybe do you make a change to get maybe somebody in the game that maybe can get a little more offensive punch for you.
Well, Alan Gordon is available on the bench. Ari Lassiter getting his first MLS start today. Couldn't quite get it going. We're going to step aside briefly. However, when we return, we'll have the second half. Caps and the Galaxy next on LAGalaxy.com.
LA Galaxy is presented by Toyota. Let's go places. On Sunday, April 10th at StubHub Center, the 5-time MLS Cup champion LA Galaxy take on reigning champs, the Portland Timbers. We are the LA Galaxy. A team of international superstars and homegrown talent. This is our city. This is our house. This is LA. Purchase your tickets today. Visit LAGalaxy.com/tickets or call 877-FREE-GALAXY.
Over the course of a single game, LA Galaxy players will spend 90 minutes fighting for the ball, going on goal, sprinting, sliding, jogging backwards, running almost 7 miles, while maintaining an average heart rate of 160 beats per minute. And they'll perform at this world-class level 31 times a year, powered by Herbalife Nutrition, the official nutrition company of the LA Galaxy. To power up like a pro, contact your Herbalife independent distributor or visit Herbalife.com today.
Now, during the One for Everyone sales event, get huge factory cashback deals on a brand new Toyota. Get $1,000 cash back on a 2016 Corolla, $1,500 cash back on a 2016 Camry or Camry Hybrid, or get $1,750 cash back on a 2016 Avalon or Avalon Hybrid. So see your Toyota dealer today. These deals are going fast. Vehicles must be purchased from new car dealer stock by midnight 4/4/16.
Now, when you buy or lease any new Toyota, you get Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Toyota Care covers normal factory scheduled service for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first. There's even lockout protection and 24-hour roadside assistance. See your Toyota dealer for details and exclusions. Valid only in the continental U.S. and Alaska. We make it easy on you. Toyota, let's go places.
I'm Chris Klein, Vice President of the LA Galaxy, and we're a client of City National Bank. When we look at our organization on the field and then off the field, we want to put together a great team, and City National has become part of that team. The business side of the game starts long before the whistle kicks off, from setting the stadium up to understanding how to sell tickets to watch our great team play this game. For our business to function, we need to have a reliable bank as part of our team. Our brand grows as the sport of soccer grows, and City National helps us bring Galaxy to the world. I love my job. I love coming to work every day and being part of an organization like the LA Galaxy. It's the team across the league that everyone looks at, that everyone wants to be a part of. Anyone that we're involved with, we want to be the best, whether the players we put on the field or who we bank with, and we have that with City National. City National is the way up for the LA Galaxy.
Experience the City National difference. CNB.com. Member FDIC.
LA Galaxy is presented by Herbalife. Nutrition for a better life. StubHub. Next time you need seats for a Galaxy game, download the StubHub app. Start at StubHub and let the fun find you. And Toyota. Let's go places.
And we welcome you back to LA Galaxy Soccer here on LAGalaxy.com. Happy to have you along for the second half. Christian Miles alongside the legend Ralph Perez, and LA some shaky moments in the back in the first half, and they had their cage rattled by Andrew Jacobson late on in the first period, but able to escape without conceding. They've got the numerical advantage, as we saw Laba sent off on the 28th minute. Vancouver had already made a couple of changes, so perhaps the scale slightly tipped in favor of LA. It's up to them to take advantage and seize their moment, and I'm sure that was probably at the essence of Bruce Arena's team talk. We look at this, Ralph, what do you expect to see early on here in half number 2?
Well, I think on the offensive side for the Galaxy, I think you're going to see the ball move quicker, less touches, move it quicker, find it open, spread the game. And I think from the defensive side, you lose that ball, press, squeeze them.
Now what, just over hit for Lassiter. Leggett arriving. The move kept alive by Nigel de Jong as Ashley Cole puts one in, and it's put across. Boateng. Osted slips, and a great opportunity for Ari Lassiter to open his goal-scoring account, but it falls by the wayside.
Well, there's what we're talking about. Getting balls wide, get him on the flank, get the wide guys to do a little bit of stuff there. And Lassiter gets his first real good chance and doesn't do what he would like to do with it. And this is all a part of the growth of a young player, trying to find his way by getting those minutes, getting this opportunity to play tonight, and then making the most of it.
A positive start to half number 2. Credit de Jong for keeping that move alive, and Ashley Cole for asking some questions, trying to get him more involved here in the second half. I'm sure is at the top of the LA Galaxy list. DeYoung, who's really done a great job of marshaling and controlling and dictating in the center of the park tonight. The Dutchman living up to every inch of his vast pedigree. Here's Robbie Rogers, who started to become more involved in the attack late on in the first half. Leggett, who's dropped centrally now. And that one easily picked off by Bolaños, operating on that left side of midfield. 10-man Vancouver trying to do the impossible here as Rivero trying to spray it forward, and nicely read by Ashley Cole.
And there you saw right there, Christian, what I'm talking about when I say pressing. You know, there went Van Dam way high to go put pressure right away, forcing Vancouver to play that ball faster than they wanted to, and then it was cut out by Ashley Cole. And that's what you want to do with that extra man. It's just always making sure that the Vancouver player is being under pressure when he has the ball at his feet.
Well, LA had 60% of the possession in the first half. Trying to translate that into clear-cut chances is job one. One missed chance in the first 45 minutes. Could be a telling second half here. LA trying to build after that 3-1 victory over San Jose. It slipped over to the far side. Boateng, who started on the right, now posing a problem to this Vancouver defense on the left.
Yeah, I mean, just this 3 minutes, he's done more than he did in the whole first half. Getting forward, getting wide, whipping crosses in. So that's a positive for the Galaxy there.
First Major League Soccer start for the 22-year-old Ghanaian with electric speed, and plenty of it. Has a real positive impact in his first year in MLS. That long diagonal trying to pick out the speedy Ghanaian, and he gets on the end of the cross from DeYoung. A 1v1 against Fraser Aird. He drops that shoulder. Great stuff from Boateng, who's brought down from behind. All eyes to the official, but nothing given. Goal kick for Osted.
Well, one of the things that I think also I would do now, if I was Bruce, I'd almost let Mike McGee go up as a winger on that right side since Boateng went left there, because, you know, getting him forward, getting him in the attack, getting him in the final third, you could do that now because, you know, of the numbers that you have, you know, the numbers meaning the man advantage. So I would see that happening sooner than later as this half progresses.
And perhaps Bruce Arena flipping those flanks, seeing something that he might be able to exploit with that pace of Boateng against Fraser Aird, who's been very attack-minded in the first half, was a thorn in LA's side coming forward on those runs from right back. Mosquita's header as DeYoung backs in and is able to win it, but thumped in the process. And Vancouver may have that great home support, over 27,000 expected, but it's going to be a big ask if they want to take something positive here, considering the circumstances.
Well, I think the thing that you talk about if you're Carl Robinson is you know, getting a point is always a big plus because you're at home and you're a man down. And then the other thing would be, you know, hey, getting a point, but maybe keeping it tight, and just the way it almost ended for them in the first half. Maybe you get something off a restart or something like you just saw at the end of the half, where you got a guy up there and he could knock a long distance shot. Those are what you really have to do in this kind of a situation, I think.
LA Galaxy trying to sharpen things up without the services of Robbie Keane, who begins his 4 to 6 week spell out, recovering from knee surgery. LA Galaxy squandering and rather wasteful, you'd have to say, in front of goal in the first half. 5 shots off target, just 1 on target, and 1 less than the 10-man Vancouver Whitecaps. Plenty of time to get things right as Van Dam will spray one into that corner, but a little too strong for Leggett's liking. Just trying to find that link between midfield and the attack and fine-tune things in the final third. And really something you would expect after a long international break and 2 weeks off. Carl Robinson and company with the benefit of playing during that break and that 1-0 win over Houston didn't go without controversy, as Masato Kudo had won a penalty kick converted by Morales on the 23rd minute. However, Kudo retroactively suspended by the MLS Disciplinary Committee for simulation, unavailable tonight for Vancouver.
It's interesting how some of these evaluations after the game by Major League Soccer, they're in their committee, sometimes finding maybe that wasn't the right call or wasn't the right decision. Interesting, but I think one of the challenges right here, right now, is that the Galaxy really are going to have to dictate the play. It just falls that way when you're a man up. Vancouver's very happy and sitting in on their half and then looking for those counterattack moments.
Here's De Jong trying to break down those two banks of four. It's a 4-4-1 here for Vancouver. Leggett, Boateng, good ball across. A little overcooked by the youngster. The best seats in the house at the best price. 2016 season tickets are on sale now for as low as $19.50 per match. Become part of the family today at LAGalaxy.com. Beautiful stadium, recently renovated. The Galaxy looking to take 3 points out of British Columbia tonight and move 3 points clear of the Vancouver Whitecaps. Third, paying a visit to fourth in the Western Conference, and this is when these games really matter. Mosquito is shouldering out the challenge, but one back by Cole. This is Tim Parker, USA under 23.
Well, I think there you can see that kind of ball won't work because they're not playing that deep. I mean, that out. So they got to play in front of that back four of the Galaxy.
Easier said than done. One of the hardest things to do in world football and soccer is Robbie Rogers takes his licks on that collision with Jordan Harvey. It's going to be a big test of LA's wits and creative abilities as Rogers will limp off here. And this is not a good sign for Bruce Arena.
Well, I think, you know tactically what they want to do, but I think the Galaxy are a good enough team, just like they did against San Jose, to be patient and break it down. Obviously, it's going to be a little tougher because, your three designated players, those special players, aren't on the pitch right now to help that. But I think there's still enough talent out there that the Galaxy can. And that's really what now I think the Galaxy players feel coming out of the break, is that we got to get 3 points having a man advantage.
They've had the man advantage since the 28th minute when Matias Laba was sent off, dealt straight red by referee Jair Marufo for his challenge on Mike McGee. 2 first-half substitutions as well. It's been testing today for the Whitecaps. Here's Leggett, clever stuff. The man from San Francisco. Those late nights working with his Argentinian father, honing those technical skills have really paid off. Here's De Jong for an advance to Sidic. Look at all those blue shirts packing the penalty area. De Jong. Two-time World Cup veteran defers now to Jelle Van Damme. Not shy about starting things off from the back, getting forward, and nicely headed away by Jordan Harvey.
There was a good defensive work by Jordan Harvey, but again, twice Hasidic got the ball wide and didn't want to take him on in that wide channel and try to beat him. And I think that's a must. He's got to try to go one-on-one in that flank and try to turn the corner or whip across him.
Boateng shows left, cuts in right. Good coverage in the back by Waston. And finally cleared away. Vancouver looking very assured defensively. Already beleaguered. They're going to take a pounding here. Down a man. LA very much in the mood, as Boateng has really cut a lively figure here in the second half. Defers to Ashley Cole, the 35-year-old Englishman, with over 100 caps to his name for England. I'm sure no doubt delighting in that big come-from-behind victory last weekend for the English against Germany in Berlin.
Yeah, that was something that you don't see the Germans normally do, getting caught from behind. But it was quickly turned around with England against Holland.
Coming up short and losing in Wembley to the Dutch. I'm sure that put a smile on Nigel de Jong's face. Not part of the setup for Danny Blint in the orange. Matters at hand, though, and Ashley Cole surveying the scene. Drops it for Boateng and claimed by Mesquita, who's bundled over from behind by the Galaxy rookie.
Well, I think, again, it's as you said earlier, it's easier said than done. But I think when you coach professional players and experienced players, the expectations are from Bruce Arena and his coaching staff is to see if they can get it done. Now, if this lot doesn't get it done in the next 10 minutes, I'm sure Bruce has got 3 subs out of hand that he can bring in and maybe try to change this game.
Now Bolaños trying to thread it through for the advanced Harvey. They've got to be careful here, Vancouver. This is where LA can strike. Roberts trying to get forward with Harvey out of position, but just not quite good enough for Ari Lassiter. Sweet feet there from the Costa Rican Christian Bolaños, who had to come in for Kekuta Mane, one of 2 first-half substitutions for the Caps. Galaxy looking for their first win on the road since last August when they won in Frisco at the expense of FC Dallas 2-1.
That's the thing that I think always kind of surprises me when I hear these stats that we've been saying over the past couple of years about the Galaxy not winning on the road, being a team that really has some difficulty being able to be successful on the road.
61% possession for LA.
Well, I think that will probably wind up 70 by the end of the game.
It could be Barcelona-like numbers in the end. Here's Husidic. McGee.
See, for me, this is too slow. 5-6 touches to play that ball, and then we turn it over in the middle of that midfield. I think, you got to make these Vancouver players chase and run and work hard to get the ball back off you.
Vancouver dictating now, despite having 1 man less. Ostet plays at middle now for Bolaños. Experienced pedigree of players, played all over the world. Bolaños most recently plying his trade in the Middle East, in Qatar, after some stints in Europe, and of course with his beloved Saprissa in Costa Rica. So throwing for the Caps. LA just trying to organize things, and this is this part of the match where LA will make the changes. 15 minutes down in half number 2. Baggio, Husidic, and Giassi Sardis, and really no question about this substitution. LA going for the attacking switch.
Well, that's the joker that you have on your car, in your hand to play now, to push the game, to bring in Sardis off the bench. Probably your most prolific player that you have in your whole roster for this game. So this is huge now, and you expect Giassi to really step it up, and that's what we were talking about earlier. That this is the year that he's got to be that kind of player for the Galaxy.
So Giassi Sardis will slip in and will take that role up top, spot usually occupied by Robbie Keane. Meanwhile, his spot occupied by this young man, Boateng, who's made some great approach moves, but that final product lacking just a bit. To see the future of your LA Galaxy when Jack McBean, Adonis Amaya, and Los Dos take on rivals Orange County Blues this coming Friday, April 8th at 7:30 p.m. at StubHub Center. Tickets are only $10 at lagalaxy.com, and I can tell you, folks, it's a good time when you get a chance to see Kurt Onalfo and the boys. Some entertaining, fun stuff at a good price. And a look into the future as well.
No, they're playing good. I mean, they've had 2 good years already. They lost in the final last year to Rochester. They lost the first year, to the eventual champion Sacramento. And doing their first 2 games, they've done well.
Here's Mesquita. Dropped nicely for the Uruguayan, but squandered his chance. It's been a tale for both of these 2 teams tonight.
Well, okay, so now you've gone with Sardis up top, and you got legit up there, Boateng on that left side and McGee on that right side. For me, I think what they'll probably do is more important than anything else. I would think sooner or later Boateng will come off, they'll find someone else to go on that side, whether it's Leggett to go wide. They got to get things going wide and then beating people on the flank and then getting things in there. That's the key for me, whether it comes from your outside backs or your outside midfielders.
As Boateng continues to profit from that move across the field, out comes Olstedt on a speculative ball forward. And Olstedt just calling for calm. And Giannis Zardes, a different type of thoroughbred, playing some of the best soccer of his career right now. As we mentioned before kickoff, 2 assists on Tuesday in Columbus in that big win over Guatemala, right at a time when the USA needed it after losing disappointingly in Guatemala City. Zardes, of course, coming off that 2-goal performance against San Jose. Here's Leggett away. Supported well by Rowe, but only as far as Jacobson, who gave a good ride to one towards the end of the first half. Mesquita cleverly for Bolaños. It's starting to click right now for the Caps. And broke it up by Leggett, only to see Mesquita get it back. Here's Rivero. He'll need some inspiration right now. He walked that tightrope on the byline. LA appealing for the goal kick. They're not going to get it as the referee waves it on. And this is Zardes trying to open up those legs and get some speed before he's hacked down from behind by Jacobson.
No call there, and just play on. And Jacobson's a tough kid, battled it well, hung in there, and Vancouver's really, in these last 2 or 3 minutes, has done a nice job of just, defending well and then doing a better job of making things difficult for the Galaxy to get forward. When you really think about it, because you really haven't had any chances that the Galaxy have put in on goal for a shot to threaten a goal.
Only one shot, and that coming way back. One shot on goal, that coming back in the first half. Here's Mesquita now. Parker will join in, as well as Jordan Harvey, who plays it down the line. And here comes the lively Octavio Rivero, the talented Uruguayan, nearly dispossessed by Robbie Rogers. And it was a nasty elbow that time from Jordan Harvey, just laying into Leggett.
Well, I think now here's what maybe the Galaxy better understand, that they guys are giving it their all. They're fighting it tooth and nail, and that one there, the elbow caught him in the face. But they had the pace going for a period of time, but in the last 3 to 4 minutes, they've lost that pace, and they got to get it back now with Zardes in there.
Now, Bruce Arena still has 2 substitutes available to him as he brought on Zardes for Husidic. Nigel de Jong taking sole charge of that central midfield. Meanwhile, Rogers trying to go the direct route up and over the top, but too high for little Ari Lassiter. Sure, some nervous moments for the LA Galaxy 2 superstar, scoring 15 times in USL. And then you get a look at LA Galaxy assistant coach Pat Noonan with some last-minute instructions for big Alan Gordon. The way LA is playing tonight here, Ralph, it would be a game that you think would suit the strengths of a guy like Gordon.
Well, it would, but to be honest with you, right now they're not getting enough balls whipped in for crosses that really suits Allen's game. So that's something that they've got to work on, because that's got to come from just right there, Boateng, beating that player and then going wide and getting crosses in like he did early in the first 8 to 10 minutes of this half.
Boateng showing some good moments of understanding with Ashley Cole. You get a good look at BC Place. So Bruce Arena will make his second switch, and they're going to bring on a little size. They will sacrifice the speed, and the big, strong Alan Gordon will come on, making just his second appearance of the season as Lassiter has his first MLS start under his belt, and this is really going to change the approach for LA. Now they've got that target number 9. Alan Gordon scored 5 times in that 2015 campaign, trying to get on track here in 2016.
Well, okay, so for Vancouver, right now they played 20 minutes, and Carl Robbins saying, hey, we killed 20. We've kept the Galaxy at bay. It's still 0-0. And Yeah, they're happy, and they're going to keep working to keep it this way.
Rogers, meanwhile. LA can smell some blood in the water, puts it on that left, headed away by Parker. Some good defending back there. Tim Parker raising a lot of eyebrows, especially while on international duty. It's put into the path, though, of Boateng, who's really had a field day going against Fraser Aird, and that's going to go last off of the LA Galaxy winger, however, but he's certainly shown a lot of positive improvement between the first half and half number 2.
No, he definitely has, but at the end, for me, the byproduct is, can your balls that you're playing into the box, your passes, can they be something that creates chances and opportunities for the strikers?
LA Galaxy with 2 wins, 9 defeats, and 6 draws. And Chicago and Houston had poorer marks on their travels away from home in 2015. However, the LA Galaxy attack ripping everyone to shreds last year with 56 goals, 3rd best in the West, 3rd best in Major League Soccer as well, just behind the Red Bulls and Columbus. And even with the likes of Gio Dos Santos not figuring, and Steven Gerrard and Robbie Keane, there are still goals in this team.
Well, I think there are, but I think one of the things right now is that, you know, for me, this player here is, you got to get him into the final third, McGee. He's got to be the guy that I think can really help them tonight without Dos Santos and without Gerrard.
Here's Van Dam. The high line now as Cole will cut one back. And playing his 3rd game at left fullback. Van Dam pumps one in, looking for Gordon, who gets a head onto it, and that could be problematic. The first time Olstead and his Vancouver defense have had to deal with an aerial threat like Alan Gordon.
Well, I think Allen is clearly going to be a threat, but I think what, again, you know, is his threat comes more with balls that are driven in, running in the box. That one was too high and hung, and he just did well just to put it back on goal. But that's when you need something a little bit more. And I would have liked to see Ashley Kolb, you know, try to beat that guy on the flank and turn the corner, because he clearly can.
Harken back to the old Arsenal and Chelsea days. Steris. Smart distribution now for Robbie Rogers, the converted winger, now come fullback. Good 1-2 there with Leggett, who's dropped deeper. Those two with a great understanding as Leggett rounds his way past Jordan Harvey. Something brewing right now for the Galaxy. Leggett loves these 1v1 situations. Good ball across. Zardes! And a wonder save from Olstead. How on earth Zardes didn't score, we'll never know. It was on the doorstep, but heroic goalkeeping from Vancouver's talented number 1.
Well, there's what I love about Leggett. He's taking him on. He turned Harvey around. A good first touch, and he got his upper hand to that ball to make that save, which was definitely the save of the match right there because of the distance. I mean, he was like about 8 yards away. I thought that one had goal all written all over it, but wow, that's a brilliant save.
Right place, right time. Not sure how much he knew about it. Guessed right and dove. Great positioning now. The 3rd corner coming up for the Galaxy, headed away by Wasted only as far as Leggett, trying to tap dance his way through the box before Vancouver clear their lines. The best chance foiled by the Big Dane. His frustration continues to build for LA. Teixeira rounds his way past Ashley Cole, gets in behind the left back. He's done really well here. And a nice intervention that time from Steris. Gordon dropping off and doing the dirty work in his own half as it comes out wide for Rogers. Zardes making that move and having an immediate impact. Boateng arriving. Here's Nigel de Jong. Never so smooth, calm, cool, and collected in that central role as Zardes drops off just outside of the penalty area. McGee comes forward along with Gordon, chiefly amongst those targets. They try and go up and over the top. It's an odd deflection. DeYoung's done well to keep the move alive, and it's going to be a free kick here for Vancouver. While we've got a moment, Giovanni Dos Santos, Steven Gerrard, Robbie Keane, Giassi Zardes, and your 5-time MLS Cup champions, LA Galaxy, welcome the 2015 MLS Cup champions, Portland Timbers, to the StubHub Center this Sunday, April 10th at 6:30 p.m. in a match presented by Chick-fil-A. Tickets on sale now at lagalaxy.com, and that is going to be a good one.
Yeah, it is. It'll be a fantastic one because I think that, anytime you're the champs, everybody wants to do something against the champs.
Always walking around with a bullseye on your back. LA know that feeling all too well. Meanwhile, Bolaños trying to unlock. Find the combination to the save, but to no avail. Good hold-up play from Alan Gordon to bring Boateng into it. And now something starting to percolate for the Galaxy. Boateng. Cold is trying to toe poke it through. In the end, a little too heavy. And that really is symbolic of the way things have gone all evening long. In the final third, that final ball and that quality just hasn't quite been there.
No, the only thing that they really have had is that last one a little while ago that Sebastian plays the ball into Zardes. But the Galaxy are not doing well in the last 15, 14 minutes here overall, and they need to pick it up because the clock is running, and Vancouver, I don't know why I want to keep saying Toronto, but Vancouver is doing a good job of breaking it down, picking their moments, and now they bring in a player that can really be difficult to deal with, Blas Perez.
So the Panamanian will come on, freshly returned from international duty. Off goes Rivera, who is really problematic. And Perez had that long, distinguished career with SC Dallas, now applying his trade north of the border. And he brings a target threat similar to the likes of Alan Gordon. So both managers going with the big target men up top, trying to change things here in hopes of sneaking 3 points out of BC Place. Far side for Aird, who can't quite clear his lines. A little discombobulated, but Waston able to take charge in the end.
Well, I think, one of the things that I would like to see now in these last 15 minutes for the Los Angeles Galaxy is let's get the ball on the deck, let's build it, let's move it, let's find the right way to get this ball into good attacking positions with possession, getting it from the middle third into the final third with the quality that you need to break a compact, low-lying defense.
Aird trying to keep it in play, throw in for LA. Here's Mike McGee, dropped into a deeper role. DeYoung now. He's trying to pick the lock. Van Dam finds his way to Robbie Rogers. Something brewing right now, and Zardes gets ahead to it, but it was going to be a big ask for the USA International.
Well, there, Robbie did well, got it wide, got it out on the flank, tried to get across in there. But I think clearly what's going on now is that, you do press a little bit. You're a little frustrated if you are, the Galaxy, only because, you're trying to get this goal. You're trying to, really get the win here, and you're getting a little frustrated that you're not getting too many chances. One, and two, you haven't gotten this goal, and now you're in the last 15.
Brave header that time from the 23-year-old Tim Parker.
Well, he's an interesting young man. I mean, he's a Long Island guy, like myself, and I think that one of the things that I think that he's done well, in this game, and I thought he was the one guy that I thought played quite well in the two matches with Colombia, home and away.
Put out a lot of fires back there to Parker. And that one easily handled by Rowe, who was a hero in the first half with that Fantastic save from Jacobson, keeping LA in this one. Galaxy, remember, looking for their first shutout clean sheet of the season. Look for it to come tonight now as Boateng makes himself available. That extra touch, though, allowing Aird to recover. And once again, it's going to go off the Galaxy winger.
For me, you know, if I'm Bruce, my patience is done with Boateng. I would make that change. I would try to bring someone in that spot that can really get around here, get the ball in, and make something happen off the play. You don't always have to get to that line. You can fake it, cut it back, but clearly now the situation, well, no sooner I say it, there it is. Bradford Jamieson, another youngster coming in. Bradford Jamieson the fourth, and these young guys are getting their chances now. He's getting his chance, not as a late sub to come in and try to have an impact in the game, which is what you want from these young players. And let's see what he can do.
So a lot of faces familiar to those Los Dos fans out there. Bradley Jamieson the fourth, he had a chance to come on after lighting it up in the USL, and here he comes with his first touch, trying to round Fraser Aird. Slowed up well by the Vancouver fullback, so a lot of pace in there right now. Aird just trying to continue to hold things down, but he's going to have his work cut out for them. LA intent on getting that game winner. Here's De Jong. Jamieson the fourth, the 19-year-old. One of those homegrown products as well. Signed as a homegrown player 2 years ago in February. Here's Steris, who's shown some rare adventure forward now. Everyone back for the Caps. Ashley Cole with plenty of space. Great ball in, and a super run from Mike McGee. Just a shade in front of him.
Well, that's a little better. That's a little more patience by the Galaxy there, and this is what you're looking for, and just a little too far in on the keeper there. But you know, the Galaxy now, I think, you know, in these last 10 minutes here, they've got to be the team, because clearly, for me, Vancouver's saying, "Hey, look, we're doing all right. We're a man down. We're shutting you out." You know, this is now, you know, going into the third game the Galaxy has not been able to score on this team.
Shut out both of last year's encounters. You're absolutely right. And, you know, rarely do you say that, Ralph, but a point here at home, considering the way things have gone for Vancouver, would really be a feather in their cap.
Oh, no doubt. And the fact of the matter is that, you know, that red card was very early. I mean, you know, you're talking the Galaxy right now have had substantial time here with the man advantage.
52 minutes with the extra man as Matthias Laba was sent off on the 28th for that challenge on Mike McGee. Here's Alan Gordon, the second half substitute. And can he rescue it for LA? Normally you're happy with a point on the road, but the situation is thus. LA will really want to take all three. Zardes fights and wins now, and off goes Robbie Rogers on his bike. Flag stays down for the former crewman, who puts it on his left foot, waits for the cavalry to arrive, and plays it for Leggett. 10 minutes to go at BC Place. Leggett onside, chips one up, and that's routine for a goalkeeper of Osted's quality.
Well, it's not the kind of ball you want, a chip. It's got to be a driven ball to the near post for an Alan Gordon, run into that near post, and he can redirect it, and there you go, and then game over. But, you know, right now, that's what it's going to take to break this defense down.
Now, Van Dam really has to be careful. Came up and over the back of Bolaños, carrying that yellow card from the first half. Here comes Jamieson, meanwhile, and that retooled LA Galaxy attack. McGee. Leggett marshalling things in that attacking role, drops it off for McGee. Plenty of options for him, but no way past Waston that time, as Van Dam drives one forward for Alan Gordon. Plenty of blue shirts back there as Ashley Cole cleverly backheels for McGee, pulls one across, and Parker right there for the Caps. Jamison now arrives, cuts it on that left foot. It's Jamison! Great piece of individual skill from the LA Galaxy substitute, making his first appearance of the season, but couldn't beat the Vancouver goalkeeper.
You know, there again, the youngster does nicely to cut inside, but then if he really flicks this ball, if you watch our replay, you know, he's got 3 guys on the back post there, but he's going near post and he's trying to beat him. Alan Gordon obviously wants the ball. Players want the ball, but hey, I like the idea that he went to goal and he tried to be the hero. If he gets a good piece of it, I've seen him do that, he might have had himself a goal there.
Not shy about taking on defenders. LA Galaxy mustering their 4th attempt on goal. That in comparison to Vancouver's 2. As McGee serves one up. Cole, nice control for the former Arsenal captain. Pulls it across. It was waiting for Gordon. Once again, it's that Vancouver defense. You're going to have to do a tip of the hat if they can pull it off here. Just about 7 minutes left. They've come under fire, but they've stood up to the cause. They've used all of their substitutes. Dealt some early blows in the first half. Still some unfinished business, however.
Well, they've used their subs and you know and done a good job. And I mean, they had to use 2 subs in that first half, where you know now, you know, for them, you know, they got to go with the rest of their guys, and they've been working hard trying to, you know, keep the score the way it is. So that's a chore in itself. But now what you really got to figure out is, hey, you know, what can the Galaxy do now to get this done? And that's the guy for me that is the guy, Michael McGee. He's got to be the guy that kind of just steps it up and does some magic there with his talent.
Here's Jordan Harvey linking up well with Mesquita. Uruguayan making his first start of the campaign. Harvey probes. Teixeira plays it through. It's Perez. Oh, it nearly dropped for him. And what a tackle from Nigel de Jong to deny the big Panamanian.
Yeah, that was a timely tackle by Nigel, where he, you know, has to get in there and break this play up because Perez is in on this little layoff cutback, you know, with his heel pass, and stops him from getting a good hit and a strike on goal.
They scramble defensively. So a corner kick coming up here, just the 3rd for the Caps. And the first of half number 2, Bolaños over it on the outswinger. They fling themselves at it now, and a chance for the Galaxy to break, but Zardes gets it caught in the spokes. Vancouver get it back. Waston plays it. The flag stays down for Bolaños, trying to track it down, and does well to keep it in. But only as far as Sebastian Lletget. And now things really open up. 5 minutes to go here for the Galaxy. Looking for their first point as well away from home this season. A drop of the shoulder from Jamison. Good ball low, but Harvey is there defensively for the Caps. They'll train like a champion at LA Galaxy soccer camps driven by Chevy. Check out lagalaxy.com/champs for a full schedule of dates and locations. Here's McGee serving one up, and Waston continues to be, as they say, a colossus back there. He's gobbled everything up in the air so far. Perez now, near side for Mesquita, the Uruguayan. Supported by Jacobson, who lets one rip, and this one not nearly as thunderous or on target as we saw from his magnificent first half effort.
Yeah, that first half one was a great one. That one there was not even close, not in the area code. But I think now what you're really witnessing here is that I think Vancouver really believes now that, you know, they can pull this off, meaning get a draw, shut out the Galaxy, and get a point here today, playing a man down.
Zardes with a pocket of space squares it now for McGee. Good understanding between those two veterans before it's finally thumped away. LA with 62% of the possession, but Arena would trade all that possession for a goal. They got 3 minutes plus added on time to find one. Here is de Jong. Works it back for Cole. There's Jamison, who's looked lively since coming on as a second-half sub. Nice touch there from Zardes to locate Ashley Cole, but it doesn't quite come off.
Well, the play that you're looking for and what you need is that kind of preciseness, you know, the combination to really get it done and find one another. And that's where the Galaxy are really struggling a little bit there. And I think they're trying to do too much of it centrally instead of trying to do it wide like the one chance they had with Zardes, you know, from the ball to legit. And that's a guy's name we haven't called in a while, Sebastian Legit.
LA Galaxy, of course, nights like tonight, you really wish you had a Robbie Keane available. Sitting back at home, resting up after knee surgery on Thursday. Probably won't be back till late May. At the earliest, possibly early June, we shall see. Meanwhile, Teixeira twisting and turning, well won this time in the back, and LA starting to show some resilience behind Ashley Cole, is fitting in nicely to that back four. Here's McGee. Serves one up, they look for the flag, and out comes Olstead once again to pluck it away from Zardes.
See, and those balls there are not bad, but again, it's got to be more on the flanks, because when it goes central, Olstead has had a good game. He's a quality goalkeeper, and I think, you know, he's one of the better ones in our league. And right now, obviously, they're not going to be in any rush to take throw-ins. You know, you take your time on everything. Milk as much time off that clock on every chance you can.
Here's Bolaños. Good support. Nice understanding between he and Mesquita since Bolaños came on. A little something extra in the end as Mesquita lashes out at Jamison.
Well, here we go now as we go into the last minute here. And, you know, I think what really needs to be is now if the Galaxy defend this restart. That's important because, you know, they're going to try to put this into the box. But, you know, can you get something right off this and try to go with a counter?
Brian Rowe trying to remain vigilant. It's a deep free kick. Waston's come up, knocks it forward, and Rowe gets his gloves to it. You can see the urgency right now in the LA Galaxy in the final minute plus added on time here in British Columbia. They push it out wide. Here's Jamison. 1v1 against Aird. Jacobson slows the pace, but that one, once again, just ill-measured, I guess you could call it. Wasn't quite on the same page. Just lacking that synchronization, despite all those positive moments on the approach.
Well, he's lacking the quality pass, you know, the way to pass, and I thought he should have gone with the overlapping player on his side and let him turn the corner there and give it.
So 3 minutes will be added on at BC Place. There may be one silver lining in this for the Galaxy, though it's going to be a tough one to sell, but they will record their first clean sheet if they can hang on here of the season. Shutouts have been a rare commodity for them so far, as that one comes up for Waston. Here's McGee. And locates Jamison, who's been dangerous, and this is where Giassi Zardes is so very comfortable. The kid from Hawthorne, he's got Gordon waiting. He arrives, and well defended by Parker. Another chance, though, for the Galaxy. A couple of step-overs from Zardes, who calls his own numbers, and it took a deflection on the way in. They're throwing everything right now as they move into stoppage time. Robbie Rogers, he'll need a good cross here. Puts it on that right foot, takes a deflection, and Parker avoids conceding the corner kick. So everybody forward here for LA, Ralph.
Yeah, well, you have to. But I think, you know, again, what you're saying, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, a clean sheet is great. But you better get a clean sheet when you have a man advantage, in my book. So
that's what you tell your kids.
Oh, definitely, definitely. I mean, and it's not easy either. Sometimes you take a goal, a man down. So here's a great opportunity right now. This is the one you want. You know, a dead ball, a restart, get everybody forward, and see if you can crush one in and get one in injury time here and get out.
It's Alan Gordon's bread and butter. Van Dam forward along with Alan Gordon, pulled across. The header is on. It's so close. The chance was there for Alan Gordon, but just wide.
I thought that one was going to be a heroics for Alan Gordon. And, you know, he gets up and just tries to redirect it. It kind of made him go backwards, so that took away his accuracy to direct that ball. But I thought he had it going to the far post, and it just didn't get to that upper V, you know, because he got spacing there to get free.
Gordon, such great instincts in the air, but couldn't keep it on target. And that presents one of the best opportunities for the Galaxy. 5 shots on target, 4 of which have come in the second half. Plenty to work on in training this week as they get set for that big clash on Sunday against the Timbers. Perhaps there's something in the offing, but Leggett guilty of the foul. And Vancouver only too happy to watch those precious seconds tick away. You got to give a quick tip of the hat to Waston and Parker anchoring that back line for Carl Robinson. He'll give them a big pat on the back if they could take a share of the points. But first things first, as Bolaños serves one up. Up drops Gordon, and it falls to the feet of Leggett. And it may be now or never for the Galaxy. The 3 minutes is up. That's going to do it. And Vancouver and LA, 10-man Whitecaps, pull out a big result for them despite being the home team. Managed to take a share of the points in a goalless draw in British Columbia.
No, I think that, as we mentioned in the broadcast, that, you know, getting the Galaxy at home, a man down, and shutting them out and not conceding a goal and getting a point in what looked like, I thought, to be very honest, I thought like almost deja vu against San Jose. The Galaxy will wear them down, break them down, and get out of there with it. But again, you got to give the back line, the whole team, the effort that they put in, the extra work they had to put in to close the ball and not concede a goal, and the goalkeeping. It all came together very well for Vancouver tonight.
Now Vancouver putting on an excellent defensive display, a great goalkeeping display from the LA Galaxy and Brian Rowe. However, on the attacking end, it just wasn't good enough. And after 90 minutes in Vancouver, our scoreline reads the Vancouver Whitecaps 0, the LA Galaxy 0.
LA Galaxy is presented by Herbalife. Nutrition for a better life. StubHub. Next time you need seats for a Galaxy game, download the StubHub app. Start at StubHub and let the fun find you. And Toyota. Let's go places. On Sunday, April 10th at StubHub Center, the 5-time MLS Cup champion LA Galaxy take on reigning champs, the Portland Timbers. We are the LA Galaxy. A team of international superstars and homegrown talent. This is our city. This is our house. This is LA. Purchase your tickets today. Visit lagalaxy.com/tickets or call 877-FREE-GALAXY.
Over the course of a single game, LA Galaxy players will spend 90 minutes fighting for the ball, going on goal, sprinting, sliding, jogging backwards, running almost 7 miles, while maintaining an average heart rate of 160 beats per minute. And they'll perform at this world-class level 31 times a year, powered by Herbalife Nutrition, the official nutrition company of the LA Galaxy. To power up like a pro, contact your Herbalife independent distributor or visit Herbalife.com today.
Calling all explorers, the Galaxy's proud sponsor, Alaska Airlines, now offers up to 16 peak daily flights from John Wayne, Orange County, including flights to Los Cabos, Puerto Vallarta, Sonoma County, and Reno Tahoe, beginning June 6th. Alaska is excited to offer a new option from Orange County with 3 daily flights to San Jose. For Alaska's lowest fares, visit alaskaair.com. Hey fans, next time you want to grab Galaxy seats, get the StubHub app. The StubHub app puts your teams, your favorite artists, and your hood in one place. And now you can find the best seat for your buck when you sort by best value. We take the price and location of seats and show you which give you the best deal. Our experts have done all the work for you. So get the StubHub app and find the best value on seats today. StubHub is a proud sponsor of the LA Galaxy.
Now, during the One for Everyone sales event, get huge factory cashback deals on a brand new Toyota. Get $1,000 cash back on a 2016 Corolla, $1,500 cash back on a 2016 Camry or Camry Hybrid, Or get $1,750 cash back on a 2016 Avalon or Avalon Hybrid. So see your Toyota dealer today. These deals are going fast. Vehicles must be purchased from new car dealer stock by midnight 4/4/16.
Now, when you buy or lease any new Toyota, you get Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Toyota Care covers normal factory scheduled service for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first. There's even lockout protection and 24-hour roadside assistance. See your Toyota dealer for details and exclusions. Valid only in the continental U.S. and Alaska.
We make it easy on you.
Toyota, let's go places.
LA Galaxy is presented by Toyota. Let's go places.
And we welcome you back to the postgame show here. LA Galaxy Soccer comes your way on LAGalaxy.com. The man of the match is brought to you by Herbalife. Herbalife, nutrition for a better life. And if you had to pick out an individual performer tonight here, Ralph, Nigel de Jong, once again marshaling that central midfield to great effect.
Yeah, I mean, he does a lot of work in that position where you close down spaces, you break up plays. That play that he broke up in the box on Blas Perez was a key one there. And I think also that, you know, he was the captain tonight. He wore the captain band, and he clearly, you know, was organizing things there in that regard. But I think clearly for me, you know, when you look at these games, it's a little frustrating as whether you're a professional coach, college coach, youth coach, the expectations are, you know, you got a man advantage. You want to come out with the advantage, meaning winning the match.
So disappointment for Bruce Arena and company. The red card going on the 28th minute to Matias Laba for a challenge on Mike McGee. That coincided with 2 first-half substitutions. Carl Robinson and company, though, they really put the locks down defensively. Ulstead, the Danish goalkeeper, making a couple of big saves in this one, too, to foil the Galaxy.
Yeah, I think the one that he made against Yossi Zardes was pretty much, you know, might be up for probably one of the save of the week in MLS, because I thought that one from that distance and that close where he was and the reaction to it and was a great one.
So we take a look at this defensively. LA Galaxy, they get their first shutout of the campaign, albeit in rather disappointing circumstances, even though they do take a share of the points. But at the heart of the defensive effort, Brian Rowe was magnificent in the first half, Ralph.
No, I think, I think the youngster is doing a very good job in filling out with the absence of Kennedy and his injury. So, and that resave there that we saw him make just before halftime in the 48th minute was magnificent, as we are now being able to see it again in our booth here. And that, to me, shows me the growth of him, that he is able to come up with that save because he really didn't have to do much in that first half.
Hey, a backup very much looking like a starter. Well played to Brian Rowe. Continues to deputize very well for the injured Dan Kennedy. LA and Vancouver end up goalless. Keep it right here on LAGalaxy.com. More postgame coming up.
On Sunday, April 10th at StubHub Center, the 5-time MLS Cup champion LA Galaxy take on reigning champs, the Portland Timbers. We are the LA Galaxy. A team of international superstars and homegrown talent. This is our city. This is our house. This is LA. Purchase your tickets today. Visit LAGalaxy.com/tickets or call 877-FREE-GALAXY.
Over the course of a single game, LA Galaxy players will spend 90 minutes fighting for the ball, going on goal, sprinting, sliding, jogging backwards, running almost 7 miles, while maintaining an average heart rate of 160 beats per minute. And they'll perform at this world-class level 31 times a year, powered by Herbalife Nutrition, the official nutrition company of the LA Galaxy. To power up like a pro, contact your Herbalife independent distributor or visit Herbalife.com today.
Calling all explorers, the Galaxy's proud sponsor, Alaska Airlines, now offers up to 16 peak daily flights from John Wayne, Orange County, including flights to Los Cabos, Puerto Vallarta, Sonoma County, and Reno Tahoe, beginning June 6th. Alaska is excited to offer a new option from Orange County with 3 daily flights to San Jose. For Alaska's lowest fares, visit alaskaair.com. Hey fans, next time you want to grab Galaxy seats, get the StubHub app. The StubHub app puts your teams, your favorite artists, and your hood in one place. And now you can find the best seat for your buck when you sort by best value. We take the price and location of seats and show you which give you the best deal. Our experts have done all the work for you. So get the StubHub app and find the best value on seats today. StubHub is a proud sponsor of the LA Galaxy.
They say you have to dedicate thousands of hours to something to master it. That requires determination, guidance, and support. As the official education partner of the LA Galaxy, Southern New Hampshire University is helping players and staff achieve their goals with flexible online education. Enroll at SNHU, and you'll have the same unwavering support so you can earn your online degree and master your field. Visit snhu.edu/LA Galaxy.
When the Galaxy win, you win at Papa John's. The day after every Galaxy victory, you get 50% off regular menu price online orders using promo code GALAXY online at papajohns.com. That's right, 50% off your entire online order of regular menu price items the day after the Galaxy win. Enter promo code GALAXY at papajohns.com. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's, official partner of the LA Galaxy.
Fourth game of the MLS season here for the LA Galaxy results in their first draw goalless, despite having a man advantage for over an hour during the game. Christian Miles alongside Ralph Perez are breaking this one down for you here. No Steven Gerrard, no Robbie Keane, no Gio Dos Santos, and of course no Dan Kennedy. Now, of course, that's going to be a tall order for a group of youngsters. We saw the first start from Ari Lassiter. We saw Emmanuel Boateng get his first start and the first taste of MLS play this season for Bradford Jamieson. How did these youngsters fit into the scheme today? How did they fare, and what does this say going forward as we look to Portland next weekend?
Well, I think first of all, when we originally came in here and when we were going to see this match, you're saying, hey, you're missing a lot of pieces to the puzzle. Knowing what Vancouver did with the Galaxy last year, I'm saying a draw is a good result on the road. But then when the turn of events becomes a red card, now you get a little greedy. You're thinking a little more. As far as the youngsters, I think they had their moments that they show that they're youngsters. The immaturity, the lack of awareness, the ability to have the confidence to impose their game a little bit. I thought Boateng, the first half, not much, but the second half, he had some moments. He got you excited on the left side, but still not enough productivity for me. I think in the sense of Lassiter, it's a lot to ask for the youngster to come in and say, hey, he's going to be impactful. But I thought he shows you that, he's got some ability, and that's what you have to do with the young players. You just got to throw them out there. You got to get them minutes. You got to give them time. They'll either sink or swim for you. And I think that Bradford, I thought, for me, because he was fresh and he came into a situation where people are tired, he looked a little more like impactful in his play. But then again, the move that he comes inside, I think at the DOS level, he's putting that home. This level, I think he got a little bit tight and hit it right at the keeper.
A lot of movement that unhinged this Vancouver defense. Giassi Zardes comes in on the 60th minute, makes a pretty big impact. We shall see if he will figure more on the front line for the LA Galaxy as they look forward to that match against the Portland Timbers. Coming up at the StubHub Center on Sunday, kickoff time at 6:30. So Vancouver and LA, not exactly an electric showing here, but Zardes up top. Is he the answer with Robbie Keane out?
Yeah, I think so. I think you got to go with that experience, and I think you got to go with a player who's shown to be a proven player in this league. And, hey, he's your national team player, so why not?
Well, 2 goals and, of course, 2 assists while on international duty. Usually playing wide on that left-hand side, but had a chance to come in and play up top. Seba Lletget, we'll talk about him in our next segment here, but full-time in his Vancouver nil, LA Galaxy nil. Keep it right here on LAGalaxy.com. We'll wrap it all up from BC right after this.
On Sunday, April 10th at StubHub Center, the 5-time MLS Cup champion LA Galaxy take on reigning champs, the Portland Timbers. We are the LA Galaxy, a team of international superstars and homegrown talent. This is our city, This is our house. This is LA. Purchase your tickets today. Visit LAGalaxy.com/tickets or call 877-FREE-GALAXY.
Yeah, if you can give me like a 30.
They say you have to dedicate thousands of hours to something to master it. That requires determination, guidance, and support. As the official education partner of the LA Galaxy, Southern New Hampshire University is helping players and staff achieve their goals with flexible online education. Enroll at SNHU, and you'll have the same unwavering support so you can earn your online degree and master your field. Visit snhu.edu/LA Galaxy.
Over the course of a single game, LA Galaxy players will spend 90 minutes fighting for the ball, going on goal, sprinting, sliding, jogging backwards, running almost 7 miles while maintaining an average heart rate of 160 beats per minute. And they'll perform at this world-class level 31 times a year, powered by Herbalife Nutrition, the official nutrition company of the LA Galaxy. To power up like a pro, contact your Herbalife independent distributor or visit Herbalife.com today.
When the Galaxy win, you win at Papa John's. The day after every Galaxy victory, you get 50% off regular menu price online orders using promo code GALAXY online at papajohns.com. That's right, 50% off your entire online order of regular menu price items the day after the Galaxy win. Enter promo code GALAXY at papajohns.com. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's, official partner of the LA Galaxy.
Now, during the One for Everyone sales event, get huge factory cashback deals on a brand new Toyota. Get $1,000 cash back on a 2016 Corolla, $1,500 cash back on a 2016 Camry or Camry Hybrid, or get $1,750 cash back on a 2016 Avalon or Avalon Hybrid. So see your Toyota dealer today. These deals are going fast. Vehicles must be purchased from new car dealer stock by midnight 4/4/16.
Now, when you buy or lease any new Toyota, you get Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Toyota Care covers normal factory scheduled service for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first. There's even lockout protection and 24-hour roadside assistance. See your Toyota dealer for details and exclusions. Valid only in the continental U.S. and Alaska.
We make it easy on you.
Toyota, let's go places.
The postmortem continues here on LAGalaxy.com. Vancouver 0, LA Galaxy 0. Christian Miles alongside Ralph Perez. The lesson of the match is brought to you by SNHU. See yourself succeed at snhu.edu. Youth shall be served, let's say, by virtue of necessity with all of these injuries. Where does the youth sit right now as we look forward to the rest of the season?
Well, I think, first of all, for all three, I don't even think when they thought about the first 4 games of the season that they were going to be starting. Maybe they might come in, and all of a sudden you're thrown in to start. So 2 of them, Boateng tonight, got to start in Lassiter. So that's huge for them. Get that first start, get that under their belt. I think for Bradford, he had a start earlier last year, but to get a start again, to come off the bench tonight, I think that's huge for him. So what you have to do as a coach, you gotta. You give them all the benefits of the doubt because they're young, they're inexperienced professionals, and you want to see them grow. So I think that's huge for them tonight to get into the game. It's always a little easier on the road because there's less pressure when you play at home. There's more pressure on you. So I think for Bruce and the staff tonight, the youngsters did well, not maybe as well as they would like, but that's part of it. You just got to be patient with them and give them their chances.
So many pieces of the attacking puzzle out with injury as we've talked throughout this game. Sebastian Lletget, where does this leave him, and what kind of a role do you see him playing for the next month or so?
Well, first of all, Sebastian hasn't really been a guy that plays 90 minutes in his time with the Galaxy. He went the full 90 tonight. That's a good sign. But what I saw at the end was that, because of the way he works and the effort he puts in and the way he plays the game, at the very end he was running a little bit low on gas there. But it was good to see him get 90. So for me, I think that's maybe the best chance they got. Who was the server of the ball was Lletget, beating someone on the flank for the ball for Zardes to try to put in at the end with a great save from the keeper. So I think he's got the promise to be really a good footballer for the Galaxy. Last year he broke on the scene, got 7 goals. So I think he's this year they're expecting him to maintain that level and maybe even go a little notch higher.
Well, they're going to need him here amidst of all those absences, specifically with those designated players. Coming up next for the LA Galaxy Sunday, back home at the StubHub Center at 6:30 against defending MLS Cup champions, the Portland Timbers. They don't see the Vancouver Whitecaps again until the 4th of July. The LA Galaxy, though, had a man advantage for 62 minutes but couldn't make it pay off. However, the good news is they do record their first clean sheet, their first shutout of the campaign, and become the first Major League Soccer team to hold the Vancouver Whitecaps goalless thus far this season. Well, that's going to do it for us. On behalf of the entire crew and all the good people here, my partner Raul Perez, this is Christian Miles signing off from the LAGalaxy.com, where the Galaxy and Vancouver end up goalless in BC. Good night, everybody.
LA Galaxy is presented by Toyota. Let's go places. StubHub. Next time you need seats for a Galaxy game, download the StubHub app. Start at StubHub and let the fun find you. And SNHU. See yourself succeed at snhu.edu.